The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Nothing's better for celebrating after a tough day on the gridiron than a refreshing beer from the frozen tundra of Rock's Beer Cave. Go ahead, pour it on, big guy.
The beer was for after the game.
Sorry, cold beer. Get your Rock's cold beer.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia High School volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage is brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Now let's send it out to the broadcast booth and join our TV10 broadcast team for tonight's coverage. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew on site is Donald Kinney, John Alderton, and Isaiah Horner. Back at the studio this evening's Nick Verzolini. High school volleyball tonight. It is the Musselman Applemen taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Let me welcome in my broadcast partner, Jim Klein. Jim, it's been 10 days since the last time we had a volleyball match. How you doing?
Man, too long. But you know what? We come back with a bang because we got a former state champion, last year's state champion, the 2019 state finalist in the Fieldhouse tonight.
Yeah, it should be a fun one between, as you said, the defending state champions, 7-time state champions as well, in the Musselman Applemen taking on the home side Martinsburg Bulldogs, who are looking to knock off Musselman for the first time in a very, very long time. The last time, I believe, was 2007. It should be a fun one. The last time these two teams matched up, we had it there at Musselman, and it was very quick on both the JV level and varsity level, being sweeps. And honestly, if Martinsburg plays like we've seen them the past couple times, it might be the same. But also, at the same time, the last time that we saw Musselman against Spring Mills kept it competitive, and record-wise, Martinsburg's better. So you think that maybe they can get some momentum, take a set from them, and keep Musselman on their heels.
Yeah, no bull, just dog. They got to put on their offense tonight. They got to play smart volleyball. And remember, last year they took a set from the eventual state champion right here on this court. So Martinsburg's in it. That's why we play the matches.
You tried to hide that one from me. 3 minutes in and you're already doing puns. It took me a while to get that one. No bull, just dogs, really.
There you go, buddy.
Always you getting these little things in with the puns and all of it. Mostly I love it. I don't know how you do it, but you just figure them out. Do you have them written down anywhere? Do you hide them from me? Is that what it is?
I think I saw that on the Martinsburg High School Facebook page, actually.
Okay.
And I liked it.
Well, also, thank you as well for the gift. I did not actually bring it, though, today. Spencer wanted me to, just to show everybody on TV, but I did not bring it. Maybe next week I will. But on Sunday when we were enjoying some football, Mr. Jim Klein over here got me a WVU shirt to go with the overalls, for those of you that always like tuning in, that you've seen the ones that I wore there when his Terrapins beat my Mountaineers. But let's focus tonight, JV-wise, both teams warming up on the court. It should be an interesting one right now in front of us. It's the Musselman Lady Appleman JV team warming up, and you can see some length on these young bucks for them, and they're getting their kills pretty well down right now as well.
Yeah, if you like volleyball, this is the kind of match that I like. Freshmen are playing on one gym, JV on the other. You really have an opportunity to view and evaluate players at both levels. So what's awesome is, I see a freshman, 25, Addie Strobel. She's out there, great size, athlete, used to play soccer. She'll have a great opportunity to develop and mature. Then on the JV side, watching Musselman earlier, man, they're running like a ball control complex drill with their setter, and it's obvious that it's a well-run, well-organized program. They're running drills that I ran as a varsity coach back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whereas I was watching free ball drills on the other side of the net.
So I know I'll talk a little bit more about it in the pregame show for varsity action, but before everything got started here and we went on air, I went down below, talked with both sides' head coaches, and the main thing that I took away from Musselman's head coach, Mr. Sean Martz, was the fact that they don't want to play down to their opponents, as we mentioned a little bit with the match against Spring Mills. It seems like whenever we get in the EPAC, I don't know what sort of mentality it is. Coach Martz said he doesn't fully know as well, but it seems like they get complacent, maybe too cocky, and will play down to the opponents in the EPAC and tend to let them stay in it. And I know you've been saying as well, you don't want to see Musselman do that. Obviously, you want a good match, but at the same time, if Musselman wants to be the state champions, like a lot of people around here know they can be, you want to see that dominant Musselman Lady Appleman that you've seen the 7 times they were state champions.
Absolutely, and they have the ability. Watching last Tuesday night, Spring Mills got a little bit flat-footed. Like you used the word complacent. I love that word because at times it's almost as if they they expected the ball to bounce their way instead of forcing the action. Spring Mills had big block. The Stevens girl on offhand, her on-hand is a left-hander. She put a block up on Howard, and it disrupts the offense. The other thing that happened is the pace of play slowed down, and I think that lends itself very much towards an opponent of Musselman rather than up-tempo where Musselman is constantly running its offense.
And for the Martinsburg side, talked with head coach Mike Nelson. It's his first year coaching them. Same old, same old. It's that first touch that he wants to make sure they have right, and that's how he believes that they can stay with this this Musselman-Appleman team. It needs to be that first touch so that he can get the offense going, because we talked a little bit about it this afternoon on the Sports Mix at noon to 1, and it's Martinsburg has the height. Maybe not as many players with the height like you see on Spring Mills, but they have those players, but it seems like it's either errors or the athleticism that they don't always have when it comes to the height. So how can they put those two together to make it a tough one against these Applemen?
Yeah, it was a very frustrating match watching Spring Mills at Martinsburg 2 weeks ago. We saw free balls repaid with free balls, and what ended up happening is Martinsburg got a 2-set lead, ends up going 5 sets in a very slow, drawn-out match. Lots of missed serves. Coach Nelson is exactly right, I think. First contact, starting with the serve, and then from the defensive point of view or in serve-receive transitioning to offense, they've got to have first touches. You can't give points to a team that with the caliber of Musselman, or they will be in the driver's seat throughout the match.
Let's take our first 2-minute break here for the pregame show between JV Musselman, Lady Appleman, and the Martinsburg Bulldogs, which will start in about 7 minutes or so. When we come back, we'll go more in-depth and look at the rosters for both teams as well. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire? Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
You need to keep your vehicle in good working order, but car and truck repairs can be very costly. Bears Repair in Martinsburg performs all kinds of auto repairs at prices most often well below their competition. Bears Repair offers tune-ups, oil change and lubrication, small and large engine and transmission repair, wheel balancing, front-end alignment, exhaust system replacement, air conditioning checks, auto inspections, and new tires. Stop by for a free estimate at Bears Repair, 904 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, phone 262-0208. Bears Repair.
Inside the Martinsburg Field House for high school volleyball tonight between the Musselman Lady Appleman and Martinsburg Bulldogs. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. And we have Donald Kinney, John Alderton, and Isaiah Horner on the crew here at the Field House as well. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. 4:40 until the start of JV action. So let's break down both teams' rosters, starting with the visiting Musselman Lady Appleman. And it actually looks like, let me switch this around, I have the varsity one in my hand. So let me flip that and get that set up for myself so that I'm able to
figure it out. Did I give you 2? I think I gave you 2.
No, I'm not.
Or did I? No. I just had both Musselman in my hand instead of one Martinsburg, one Musselman. There we go. That's what I messed up.
He tries to accuse me.
No, I set it up, but I just thought I gave you 2. So there we go. All good. Let's look at Musselman now. You got number 3, Ashley Fox. Number 5, Kelly Pritt. Number 6, Haley Meisowitz. Number 7, Emma Mackey. Number 10, Josephine Dever. Number 11, Kendall Watcher. Number 14, Riley Franklin. Number 15, Megan Welge. Number 21, Avery Lark. Number 24, Stephanie Courtwright. Players that I remember the last time we saw this Musselman JV team, definitely people to watch out for is Riley Franklin and Megan Wells, as well as Haley Meisowitz, and then the setter Ashley Fox. Obviously, you always say it, the offense runs through that setter, so it needs to be a big night for her.
Absolutely. I mean, and Musselman's got to pass the ball. They got to give her balls that she can work with. So you're exactly right.
As for your home team, the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs, you got number 1, Halani Chacon. Number 3, Ashlyn Aird. Number 4, Daja Wright. Number 9, Valeria Delgado. Number 11, Kiara Rhodes. Number 12, Amaya Berry. Number 13, Cameron Sine. Number 16, Madison Henry. Number 24, Lily Campbell. Number 28, Honey Carter. Number 29, Amber Smolarski. Number 31, Courtney Dick. Number 35, Madigan Runyon. Number 37, Maddie Fischel. And somebody that we always say that seems like has gotten less and less playing time the more we say it is Valeria Delgado. You see her still warming up out there for Martinsburg, and she needs to have a big night if she gets in.
Yeah, you caught me by surprise earlier when you were doing the Musselman, because Delgado had a hit that was tremendous. I mean, a crush on angle, and she just had another one. She's not hitting straight, she's finding the angles, and she has the ability. When you add Daja Wright into that mix, she's got some size. Chacon, we saw her setting a little bit earlier, so it'll be interesting to see if Martinsburg moves from the 5-1 into the 6-2 using Chacon and Barry. So maybe Martinsburg has some things up their sleeve for the JV match this evening.
Let's take our final 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for JV action between Musselman and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your
at Modern Renovations in Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Martinsburg Fieldhouse, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. The horn just sounded to end warm-ups. And let's get started for Musselman taking on Martinsburg in some high school West Virginia Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference volleyball. Right now, going on at the same time will be the freshman match and JV match. Play-by-play wise, we will be focusing on the JV one and try to give you some score updates from the freshman one as well as best we can. But in front of us, for JV wise, you have Musselman on the near side in the dark gray and green, and on the far side in the short sleeve shirts and all black uniforms will be the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Before we get started, any thoughts?
Well, right off the bat, first off, you're exactly right. There's going to be multiple whistles. Don't be confused. Players need to play on until it's identified. The key that I see right now, Martinsburg is starting Delgado for the first time in how long? I don't even recall. So Martinsburg clearly has got, it's what I would assume they consider their most offensive lineup on the floor right now against Musselman.
It will be Musselman serving first. Back to serve for the Lady Applemen is Kendall Watcher. Watcher serves. It goes over right towards Delgado. Barry sets it up over the net, and Avery Lark gets the first point for Musselman, makes it 1-0.
Yeah, not a great pass. Barry was there and had opportunity to get a touch, and the overpass, or overset, I guess, results in a roof. Tough start.
During the pregame, we were talking a little bit about it as Musselman gets an ace for its second point. During warm-ups, we thought we would see Barry being the setter mainly because that's what we've seen all season. However, currently on the bench is Helani Chacon, and she was the main setter during those warm-ups for Martinsburg. So we get a whistle. It's 2-0 Musselman, trying to wait and see what exactly is going on.
People are standing on the edge of the court, and he's delayed play until people take their seats. You can't stand on the edge of the court, I thought.
Oh, no. That's
line person. Oh, my goodness.
Line person over here.
Kept pointing at that corner. Yeah, missed that too.
So let's get back and started. And first hit that goes awry for Martinsburg makes it 3-0. And as I mentioned in our pre-show, it's that first touch that Martinsburg needs to be successful with if they want to stay competitive. That's exactly what the head coach varsity-wise for Martinsburg, Mike Nelson, said, and so far we haven't seen that.
No, 3 bad first touches, 3 points from Musselman. And another
another one from Delgado.
Got to move her feet.
Somebody that we give high praise for, and so far has struggled starting-wise. It's 4-0 Musselman. Freshman-wise, looking over there, it looks like it is 3-1, make it 4-1 in favor of the Lady Applemen freshman-wise as their ball comes into play for the JV side, so we have to wait for it to send back over, and now we can restart. Watcher with another serve for the Applemen to Dick. Delgado passes it forward, and Barry will send a deep free ball back for Meiselwitz. Coming in the middle is Watcher, and sending it over to Welch. Dick with a spike to the back. Martinsburg picks up its first point, makes it 4-1, and they get the serve.
Yeah, Welch knew she was late. She did not get there, and that left the ankle wide open.
Now back to serve for Martinsburg will be Amaya Berry.
Watch that overlap right in the center. 31 left early.
Berry hits it for Mackey. Back to Delgado off the net to the Musselman side. And a point goes to the Applemen. I guess they said that Delgado never touched it at the net, so it's 4 touches for Musselman. I thought she did.
Looked like she did to me too, but he's standing right there. He definitely is claiming that she did not.
Makes it 4-2. Musselman still leads, but Martinsburg cuts the lead in half.
Yeah. And if it looked like Courtney Dickhead is overlapping her in her position. She's leaving a little bit early. We saw that called actually against Martinsburg at Musselman.
That serve by Barry went over and out, so it's a point for Musselman. Should be 5-2 now. And a service error from Lark makes it 5-3. Courtney Dick will now serve. Dick serve from Martinsburg. Goes right by court right. It's a point for Martinsburg. Puts them within 1 now in set number 1. So after a slow start by Martinsburg, they're able to quickly get 4 points of their own. And now a possibility to tie it. Dick to Meisowitz.
Hit the backboard.
By Watcher, and as you said, hit the backboard, came right back down. We're all tied up at 5 apiece.
Yeah, everybody needs to see the ball at all times. And look how Musselman is really overloaded on the right side. So they really got to get a good pass as people move to their offensive positions.
Dick serves it to that right side. Goes over to the left now, back for Dick. Official. The free ball sent deep by Barry. It is way out. Musselman retakes the lead, 6-5. Substitute entering for the Lady Appleman. Riley Franklin checks back in for Megan Welch. Serving is Meisowitz, and it goes for Chacon. And it got tipped at the net, so it's a point for the Bulldogs. Should be tied up at 6 apiece now.
Yeah, and that's where seeing the ball becomes very important. You've got to be watching the ball at all times. That way you can see the direction change off block.
Delgado with the serve to Fox. At the net is Watcher. Sends it over to the Martinsburg side, and it's hit out of play by Rhodes. Makes it 7-6 now. Musselman in the lead. And it'll be Ashley Fox back to serve.
Very important time for a good pass. The setter, Barry's got to run the whole way across the court.
And the service error into the net. And we're tied back up at 7 apiece. That is 2 service errors so far for Musselman.
A little lapse in concentration. A lot of noise, a lot of people in the stands moving around.
Delgado with the serve to Meisowitz. Fox sets it over her head, and the whistle is blown.
Good
you
call.
saw it, yep. Point goes to Martinsburg as we get a lift call. And the Bulldogs have its first lead of the evening.
Yeah, Delgado, she's serving back from 2-5-4-1-9. Those bleachers wouldn't be in. She'd be standing outside.
Delgado to Meisowitz. Fox with a beautiful set. It goes over to Barry, and she hits it over. And just on the line and in, so another point for Martinsburg makes it 9-7. I thought that was out. Musselman not happy with the call either. Nonetheless, it's a 2-point lead for Martinsburg. What do you think?
Watcher was like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, I thought it was out.
That serve goes out, so there's karma.
Yes,
it'll be a point for Musselman, makes it 9-8. Martinsburg still in the lead. Again, this is JV volleyball action. We're in set number 1 of a best 2 out of 3. We have Emma Mackey entering the match for Musselman. She'll go back to serve. Mackey serves it right to the middle, and it goes for Smolarski, and she hits it over the net.
That's trouble.
A kill by Lark. Chacon tried to get there, unable to do so. We're tied back up.
Yeah, that was monstrous. You got to get a block up there.
9-9 is the score now. The serve to Smolarski. Set by Barry for Rhodes. Back to Meisowitz. Fox has to recover it. And a free ball sent near at the net. Never went over. Point Martinsburg. It's 10-9 now. Bulldogs lead. An interesting change that I've noticed, as I mentioned Smolarski, she's the libero tonight instead of Honey Carter for the JV team.
Yep.
On Martinsburg's side.
Good call. Martinsburg's definitely mixed some things up.
Fox passes it for Franklin and sends it over to Martinsburg. Dick off the block, right back to her, and a free ball sent by Barry.
Oh, good.
Meisowitz.
Good free ball.
Fox sets it for Franklin off the net, and it's going to go to the backside, out of play. Point Musselman makes it 10-all in set number 1.
Yeah, end up with a single block against the middle. Barry kind of out of no man's land. She wasn't at a defensive base. She didn't block. She wasn't at the net covering off block. Too much of an angle.
Franklin with the serve. The official. Set up by Barry over the net into the middle of nowhere zone for Musselman. It's a point. Martinsburg makes it 11-10. It'll be Rhodes back to serve for the Lady Bulldogs. Her serve goes to the middle from Mackey. Fox sets it behind her. It's going to be blocked. Dick to Dodger Wright. Back to Dick. Off Barry. Musselman at the net. Getting the point is Avery Lark. Past the block of Barry and Wright. We're tied up at 11 now.
Yeah, Dick's got to watch that ball. She should see the attacker. Lark's coming in with her hand extended way high in the air.
Will now be Watcher to serve. It's a hard one back for Henry.
And I'm sorry, that was
Wright
Rhodes.
sends a free ball. Set to the opposite side for Lark. Musselman retakes the lead, 12-11 now. Also, score update for the freshman game. It's 14-10 Musselman.
Yeah, Wright and Rhodes, they've got to close that up. Wright and Barry have to close that block.
The ball gets recovered from the closed bleachers on the far side. Kendall Watcher with another serve for Musselman. She's the one that got the 4 straight points to start set number 1. Dick to Mackey.
Great swing.
Meisowitz with a beautiful save and a free ball sent by Watcher. Right, Barry back to Dodger Wright, and she spikes it out. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 13-11.
Very aggressive swing, very good pass, good set. You know, as a coach, I wouldn't be unhappy with anything other than the fact she failed to execute. It was a good setup.
Watcher with another serve to the middle.
Oh, good.
And beautiful save by Barry, keeps it alive. This time Fox blocked by Wright, back to Musselman. Meisowitz over for Lark, off the net, stays on the Appleman side. I didn't think anybody touched it.
Don't think that one either.
Both sides continued to play as if they did. Dick over the block and in, point Martinsburg. It's 13-12 now. What a volley. Martinsburg, I thought, should have had the point because nobody touched it at the net, so it should have been way more than 4 touches for the Applemen, but they continued on and the Bulldogs got the point anyway.
Yeah, that end line is so hard to see. Musselman's got to chase that ball to the end line, follow the ball.
Barry serves it to Mackey. At the net, never went over. It's a point for Martinsburg. It's tied up at 13 apiece now. Back and forth we go in set number 1. Martinsburg trying to retake the lead. Barry serve. Over the net to Meisowitz. She wanted to bump it, instead had to put her hands up and try to just set past it. It's an ace for Martinsburg. It's 14-13 now. Barry with another serve. And it's over and out, so service error ties it up at 14 apiece. And it'll be Avery Lark to serve for Musselman. Substitute entering for the Lady Applemen as well. Well, looks like Stephanie Courtwright enters on the front line. So we have to wait for a couple of football players that are going to be a student section to pass through. And a service error almost takes the head of Fox right off. It's 15-14 now, Martinsburg. Glad that Fox is okay. That one could have hurt if it got more contact than the ponytail.
Yeah, again, just seems like Musselman's JV, I don't know what the distraction is, just seem a little bit off right now.
Courtney Dick to Meisowitz for Musselman. Set by Watcher behind her for Fox. It gets blocked and back to the back line of Martinsburg. Delgado with a kill.
Net on the way up.
Fox touches the net. Point Martinsburg. It's 16-14. The Bulldogs lead by 2.
Yeah, a bit of a delayed whistle there. I thought, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you can clearly see the net moving.
Yeah.
Serve to Meisowitz. Watcher for Courtwright over the block. Wright was ready for it.
Very
back
high.
to Dodger Wright. Blocked at the net by Welge. And
calls right.
Dodger Wright touched the net this time, so it's a point. Musselman makes it 16-15. Martinsburg still leads.
Yeah, I thought Martinsburg was celebrating at first. I don't think that they realized, and then we got that coy grin like she knew.
Meisowitz serves it. Fischel Set by Barry behind her for Delgado, and a beautiful spike, placing it right on the line. It's a point. Martinsburg makes it 17-15, and that's why we give Delgado the praise. And we get a timeout called by Musselman. Let's take a 30-second break with them. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
17-15 for JV action, freshman action going on alongside us. It's tied up at 18. Let's go back for the call of the JV game as it goes off the hands of Wright. Point Musselman. It's now 17-16. Martinsburg only leads by 1. Right as I said, the score of the freshman game going on as well. Musselman picks up 2 quick points, so they now lead 20-18. Served by Fox to Chacon. Barry for Delgado, right at Meisowitz. Fox back to Meisowitz. From the back line to Chacon, and it hits way too hard off the rafters. We're tied up at 17.
Yeah, Martinsburg's freshmen were down 10-1, and Martinsburg's JV were down 4-0. So both teams have rallied back, and this is very competitive right now.
Fox. Official Barry, binder for Delgado. Coming forward is Lark, and no save. Martinsburg retakes the lead, 18-17.
Yeah, when Delgado got the previous kill, we called that a power tip, power dink, something like that. You're almost placing the ball to the spot, and once again, not necessarily powered or a momentum type push, but boy, she found that spot, nestled right on the line.
Delgado serves it to Meisowitz. It's going high and back court right. Fox gonna have to send a free ball over. She does, right to Smolarski. Barry for Rhodes, blocked.
Now use it.
And Franklin with a spike to Delgado. It's going to go to the freshman side out of play. Tied back up at 18 apiece.
Still very good play by Martinsburg. This is a real nice start. Tied at 18. Anybody's match right now. Anybody's set.
We have a substitute entering for the Bulldogs as Delgado exits and Madison Henry enters. Serving will be Mackey for Musselman, and it goes to Smolarski. Barry to the opposite side for Fischel, right at Meisowitz. Fox sets it for Mackey. Chacon, Barry. Fischel tries to punch it and misses. It's a point. Musselman makes it 19-18. They lead.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Chacon. Barry's got to stay behind the ball or get in front of the pass so that she can use her body or momentum to push the ball all the way outside.
Mackey serves it to Smolarski. Barry sets it up for Rhodes, and she gets the point. Tied back up at 19 apiece now. Placed it beautifully.
And it starts with the good pass. Smolarski's playing very well at the libero.
Right now, set point as well over for the freshman match. It's 24-19 on that side. Musselman leads. Back for the JV action as Fischel serves it. Fox sets it over for Lark. Off the block of Barry, off the hands of Henry and down. So the lead back on the Lady Appleman side at 20-19. Looks like Riley Franklin will serve for the Appleman. Goes to Fischel. Barry puts it back in play for Rhodes, who has to send it back to Mackey. And a beautiful kill by Lark right at Fischel. Another one for Lark, this time off the block and down. Another point for Musselman makes it 21-19. And the set number one on the freshman side goes final 25-19. Musselman wins that one. Timeout called. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Back inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, still in set number 1 for JV action between Musselman and Martinsburg. Musselman leads 21-19. The serve by Franklin to Smolarski. And a free ball sent to the near of the net by Rhodes.
Yeah.
The spike off the net and ricochets off a Bulldog. It's another point by Avery Lark for Musselman to make it 22-19.
Yeah, last 2 free balls that Martinsburg sent to Musselman have resulted in kills.
Franklin to Fischel, puts it into the air for...
And here we go again.
Henry.
Ah, free ball to free ball. Oh, come on, you gotta talk.
Miscommunicates with Henry.
Reach.
Smolarski off the rafters and right back down. Seen that a couple times on the Martinsburg side. Makes it 23-19. Musselman.
Yeah, man, Martinsburg forced Musselman to take that timeout at 15-17, and here we go again.
Yep, they're going to take the second and final timeout. As I mentioned earlier, freshman-wise, the first set, Musselman won 25-19 as they get ready to start the second set over to our left. Let's keep it here, though, for this timeout. We've seen Martinsburg improve on the first touch, but now, after it was tied at 19 all, it's been 4 straight points for Musselman. And as I just said, with the first touch from Martinsburg is improved, but with those last 4 points, it hasn't, Jim.
Yeah, it's like Musselman, they made the adjustments that they needed to make in the timeout. Martinsburg came back with a couple communication issues.
Franklin, and another time, the first touch pass by Henry goes off the ceiling and straight back down, and nobody comes to her aid. It's 24-19 set point now for Musselman. Franklin serves it at Fischel. Barry takes a couple steps and gets it to Rhodes. Rhodes to Franklin. Set up by Fox behind her. Watcher wins set 1 for Musselman, 25-19. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 2. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein, getting ready for the second set of JV volleyball action between Musselman and Martinsburg. Musselman won set number 1, 25-19. So now the Lady Applemen just need to win set number 2, and they will be victorious. Martinsburg will have to win the next 2 sets to be victorious in this match as well.
Yeah, communication errors there at the end of the first set. Smolarski ended up leaving the gym. She's not yet returned that I can see. All Martinsburg needs to do is get back to what they did the first 2/3 of that set. Good first contacts. They were in the lead, 17-15. They forced Musselman to the ropes. Musselman called the first time out of the set. Martinsburg seemingly in the driver's seat, even at 19 all. And then the wheels fell off the bus.
Looks like Martinsburg might try to take its time to also make sure that Smolarski, the libero for them, can get back here and enter the match. Looks like the official's talking to the scores table as well, so that's helping out with the rotation. So they might have some time to wait, because The official there, Mr. Moe, is still going over the rotation for Musselman's side. Let's look over at the freshman match going on in set number 2. It looks like Musselman's up on Martinsburg by a score of 6-2. And actually, I think Smolarski might have changed uniforms.
Oh, so that's why
because
she
I
left.
see Honey Carter in gray now.
Right.
Looks like will be the libero, and I believe that might be Smolarski at the end of the bench in black now, sitting next to Miss Madigan Runyon.
Yep, I think you're right. Good call. Eagle Eye, the doctor with the 20/20 vision.
So I guess they didn't like or just weren't happy with the original change, even though Smolarski didn't do bad at the libero spot, as Barry's first serve from Martinsburg off the net rolls down. Point Musselman makes it 1-0 to start set number 2, and it will be Watcher to serve. As I was saying, Honey Carter, who we didn't see at all in the first set, is now in at libero. Barry sets behind her for Courtney Dick, through the block to Meisowitz. Watcher sets it to the opposite side for Lark. Off Barry, point Musselman, 2-0 they lead.
But they were good touches. That was 2 heavyweights. Whoever swings the best gets the point, and in that case, Musselman out-hit Martinsburg. But on both sides, what I would say, 6 quality touches. Bub set, spike, and that's what happened.
Washer, our serve too hard and too far to the right. It's a point. Martinsburg makes it 2-1.
Yeah, both teams with a service error in the very early going here of the second set. Don't want to see that.
Courtney Dick serves it. And right as you say it, Jim, you don't want to see a service error. You just got to see one. It's 3-1 Musselman.
Yeah, Martinsburg's 0 for 2 from the end line. So you're creating the hole for yourself.
Chacon enters on the Martinsburg side. Entering on the Musselman side is Stephanie Courtright, as well as Kelly Pritt, and she will go back to serve.
I want her to score so bad because of a Seinfeld reference.
Well, let's see if you get your wish. Pritt. Official almost runs into Chacon. Delgado gets the kill. Point Martinsburg.
Called the touch, so I didn't get to say
touch at the net. It's 4-1.
I wanted to say
still might have time.
Courtright 4. I wanted to say Courtright 4. Do you don't remember that?
Not a fan.
Cartwright 4. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
It's okay.
For disappointing you.
It's
Jim.
okay.
Won't happen again. Dodger Wright serves. As the score's 3-2. Wright. Chacon. Official sends a deep free ball. Watcher sets it for Fox to Barry. Back to Fox, and she hits it off the net. We're tied up at 3 apiece now. It'll be Wright to serve again for Martinsburg. Dodger Wright serve to Courtright for Watcher, and she has to send it to Fox. Diving for it is Dodger Wright. Delgado gets blocked by Fox. It's a point. Musselman makes it 4-3.
Yeah, look from the point of attack where Delgado had to come in to hit the ball. When the set pulls the attacker into the center of the court, so much easier for the blocker, much less space to cover, and Delgado ended up hitting in a phone booth.
Meisowitz at Fischel. He'll go out of play into the scores table. Point Musselman. It's now a 2-point lead at 5-3 for the Applemen. Meisowitz serve off the net. A service error for Musselman gives the point to Martinsburg, making it 5-4. Now it'll be Valeria Delgado back to serve for the Bulldogs. Her serve off the net as well. So that's the third service error in set number 2 for Martinsburg. Makes it 6-4.
Yeah, and 2 for Musselman. This is not sharp play. This is not what we want to see. We need to get some momentum. Somebody's got to put the ball in play. Let's see some good passing.
It'll be Ashley Fox to serve at Honey Carter. Barry tries to hit it over the net. Rhodes at the net is Franklin. And it's a point. Musselman makes it 7-4. Franklin and Rhodes met at the net. Franklin wins the battle.
Martinsburg's freshman took the lead, 9-8. I'm guessing that's a Musselman timeout.
Served by Fox, off the net, over the head of Rhodes, who was perfectly waiting for it at the net, but didn't realize it hit. Her back was turned. It's 8-4.
Gotta see the ball. See the ball at all times. That was very playable.
Another serve for Ashley Fox for Musselman. Gets it to Chacon. Carter not happy as she thought it was her position. Chacon in the way official that time gets it over Fox. To Watcher, who hits it to the Martinsburg side. Barry sets it for Fischel. Back for the Musselman. Pritt back to Martinsburg. Fischel to Fox. Pritt. And a free ball sent by Franklin to Chacon. Barry sets it beautifully for Rhodes. Gets blocked by Franklin a second time in this set. Fischel gets blocked and gets the point for Martinsburg to end Musselman's run, makes it 8-5. It was Watcher and then Franklin, the one that got tooled.
Yeah, and Fischel, that was a very good attack by her. She didn't have time in transition to get back off the net to use forward momentum. Very static approach, then still resulted in a kill.
And after that kill, Fischel gets an ace, makes it 8-6. Fischel gets the ball back now. And we'll go back for her second straight serve. The serve goes towards Pritt. Fox hits it over the net to Martinsburg. Barry back to Dick. Court right. Up by Fox for Franklin to Smolarski, and she hits it out of play. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 9-6. Wait for some substitutes to go, and it'll be Emma Mackey entering for Musselman. She'll serve as well. Mackey serve over the net to Carter. Barry sets it for Dick to the opposite side at Lark. Fox for Watcher. Carter. Barry up for Rhodes. Blocked by Franklin again. Carter has it roll off her body. It's a point for the Appleman, makes it 10-6.
Yeah, Carter took her eyes off the ball for a second. It's almost like she expected Fischel to come back and play the third contact. And just that she ended up overrunning.
Mackey to Smolarski. Barry. And off the net by Carter. Another point for Musselman, makes it 11-6. We'll get a timeout called by the Bulldogs. Let's take a 30-second break as well. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It's 11-6. Musselman leads in set number 2. Mackey serves it to Fischel. Barry tries to hit it over the net, goes off the net and right behind her, so it's another point for Musselman to make it 12-6. Mackey has to wait for some fans to go by her.
You think Hannah Howard's a fan of her? What's Hannah Howard?
I was talking about
the other fans.
People there, yeah. I mean, I'd hope your teammate was a fan of you as well, right?
Absolutely.
As Lark hits it to Carter, and running for it is Smolarski, and Fischel can't get there. It's a point for Musselman to make it 13-6.
She's an even bigger fan now that she is. What's that, her second point in a row?
Second or third? I can't remember, because I think she had one before the timeout.
Oh, there you go.
So
there you go.
Mackey continuing to serve now as Musselman is up by 7. Serves it to Fischel. It goes over the net at Lark. Lark hits it off the net. Dick back over to Lark. Fox behind her for Watcher. Watcher through the block. Saving it and keeping it alive is Fischel. A free ball sent by Rhodes to Musselman. Fox for Franklin off the net. past the block, and Lark finds a corner, gets it. It's another point for Musselman to make it 14-6.
Sloppy but effective.
Freshman Wise, they're in a timeout right now. Musselman leads 15-10 in the second set. Mackey.
Oh my, that's an ace.
Gets the ace as Smolarski tries to dive for it and hits it towards Martinsburg's bench.
Quick point. That's like going through the drive-through and ordering a Big Mackey. Why do you guys look at me like that? I don't even know.
You know why. Carter to Barry. Rhodes for Mackey, or Big Mackey now, apparently.
Oh my.
I don't know. It's Lark with the point. You got any puns for Lark?
I'm speechless. That was incredible.
Write that down. Jim's
swing.
speechless, guys.
Well, not for long.
It's 16-6. Musselman leads Martinsburg. You always make these enjoyable, man.
Oh, gotta get a first pass. Come on, Martinsburg, settle down.
Barry sends the free ball to Mackey. Set by Fox. And a beautiful spike tool by Lark. Another point for Musselman to make it 17-6 now.
I probably would blow my
throw
time
to
out.
Martinsburg right now.
Yeah.
It's an absolute dominating second set by the Lady Applemen. Mackey with another serve. Goes to Fischel, and it'll be out. Great heads-up play by Fischel. Ends the dominant run of Mackey for Musselman to make it 17-7. But the Bulldogs might be in a hole that they can't get out of. Rhodes serves it to Mackey. Fox sets it for Lark, and it's blocked by Barry. Wright recovers it. Barry to Wright, back for Barry, who sends a free ball to the middle. Franklin, Fox, back to Franklin, over the block of Wright to Rhodes. Dick over the block of Watcher. Watcher sets it for Lark and hits it off the net and catches it. It's a point. Martinsburg makes it 17-8.
She wanted it. She wanted it. I don't know if the approach is what brought her in or the set. Like, was it design? But definitely pulled her in.
Rhodes serves it to Mackey. Fox for Lark again, blocked by Wright. She gets the point for the Bulldogs to make it 17-9. Daja Wright. Beautiful play there defensively. It'll be Rhodes with another serve for the Bulldogs. Hits it to Lark. Beautiful pass to Fox. Sets it behind her for Watcher. To the middle for Smolarski. Wright with another kill.
Great swing.
To Mackey. It's going to go back. Fox recovers it. Meisowitz has to send the free ball over. It's going to go out of play. Another point for Martinsburg. Makes it 17-10. So that's 4 straight points for the Bulldogs. Rhodes with a high serve to Meisowitz. Fox blocked. Franklin almost blocked, but the second touch went out off Wright. It's a point Musselman to make it 18-10.
That's what we were more accustomed to seeing, a power tip like that. So when the ball is pushed very tight and you need to move the ball beyond the block, you're going to power tip, power dink to try and push it to tool the block. And that would be the most appropriate situation there. She used it very effectively.
Franklin serving for Musselman to Smolarski.
Great pass.
Dick
Off block.
Blocked.
No coverage.
And that one is a point for Musselman to make it 19-10.
We've seen this lineup for Martinsburg be effective blocking. The back row's got to step up. They've got to follow the attacker and cover off block.
Franklin at Fischel. Carter pushes it to Mackey. Fox for Watcher. Blocked by Wright. Goes behind her. It's a point. Martinsburg makes it 19-11. Musselman still leads. Score update for the freshman game currently going on in set number 2 as well. It is 21-14. Musselman leads by 7. Martinsburg serves. Martinsburg serving. Barry on the JV side. Lark off the block of Delgado right towards Barry. Carter for Dick. And she gets to Fox. A beautiful play. Gets the point from Martinsburg, though.
Nope,
as
bad
it was
set.
Watcher trying to be sneaky, but had that bad set. So it's a point for the Bulldogs. 19-12 is the score now.
I like that they're calling that. The kids have to learn. They've got to learn.
Barry to Mackey. Off the net. Fox tried to recover it, hit it off the net as well, and then Lark couldn't get it over. It's another point for Martinsburg to make it 19-13. I glance over at the score and I see freshman trying to do a little futsal over there for the Martinsburg side as they trail 23-14. Barry serve off the net gives the point to the Applemen at 20-13 now. Musselman leads.
It's so costly, the missed serve, because it almost felt like Martinsburg had regained a little bit of momentum, a couple blocks.
Watcher with a beautiful serve past Delgado. Thought that Fischel was behind her, but was slightly out of position as well. Gets the point for Musselman, makes it 21-13. So 4 more points needed for the Lady Applemen to pick up a win. Watcher.
Great
Fischel. It might hit the scoreboard. It does and comes back. Almost hit the official, had to dodge it. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 22-13. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit the scoreboard. Final score in the freshman match. Musselman wins set number 2, 25-14, so they win 2 sets to nothing. Barry at the net. We have an official timeout. So ball came into play, so we'll have to reset. Score remains 22-13. So we'll restart here. Musselman leads by 9. Kendall Watcher serves it to Fischel. Barry sets it for Dodger Wright.
Great
off
swing.
the block and gets the point. It's a point for Martinsburg, makes it 22-14. It'll be Courtney Dick back to serve now for Martinsburg. Dick to the middle. Miscommunication between Mackey and Meisowitz makes an easy ace for Martinsburg. It's 22-15 now.
Yeah, confusion corridor. My goodness, husband and wife, lack of communication right down the alley.
Courtney Dick will serve again. Got John DeChuckle over there. Mackey running for it.
And again, 2 communication errors.
Right. Barry to Delgado off the net. Beautiful dive by Mackey, but she couldn't get up quick enough, and Meisowitz misses it as well. It's a point for Martinsburg to make it 22-16. It'll be Courtney Dick again to serve. Her serve to Mackey.
Great
Passes
pass.
it to the net and pushed over by Watcher. Gets the point for the Applemen to make it 23-16. 2 substitutes will enter for Musselman. On the Martinsburg side, Helani Chacon will be the lone sub entering. It'll be Pritt and Courtwright for Musselman, and Pritt will serve. Kelly Pritt from the middle. Hits it over to Fischel. Carter hits it at the bench. It's game point opportunity now for Musselman. 24-16 they lead.
Yeah, amidst the cacophony of out calls, Carter makes the attempt, and I thought it looked from my angle it was going to be in.
Pritt to Carter.
And again,
Barry.
out calls.
And a free ball sent by Fischel deep to Meisowitz. Fox to Chacon. Barry for Delgado, and she has to send it short for Watcher. Meisowitz. Fox to Carter.
Great pass.
Barry for Dodger Wright. Back to Pritt and into the 5th row of the bleachers. Martinsburg makes it 24-17.
They just got to do that 7 more times. Can Dodger Wright score a touchdown from the end line?
Let's see. Dodger Wright to Meisowitz.
Great serve.
Set by Watcher behind her for Fox. Diving is Chacon. Barry back for Fischel to Meisowitz. Watcher for Ashley Fox. Off the net to the court. game, set, match. Musselman wins set number 2, 25-17. They pick up the 2-0 win over Martinsburg. And we'll take a 2-minute break now to get to the post-game show for JV action. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
Erie Insurance says, here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
Back inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew here at the Fieldhouse is Isaiah Horner, Mr. John Alderton, and Donald Kinney. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Well, Musselman victorious in JV action, 2-0. They won the first set 25-19 over Martinsburg, and set number 2, 25-17. As for the freshmen, their score as well. Musselman wins 2-0, 25-19, and then 25-14. And that second set was definitely a dominant one there by the Lady Applemen, Jim.
Yeah, Martinsburg had a couple runs. I mean, they had a situation where they made good passes, good set, good attack. Musselman just outlasted them in that respect. Musselman had more kills. I think that they had fewer service errors, which meant that they had more scoring opportunities. Musselman prevails.
Yeah, definitely a very well game by Riley Franklin out there, as well as Kendall Watcher and, of course, Ashley Fox, the setter. As I mentioned before the match started, Fox had to be able to get that offense going for Musselman if they wanted to have success, and she did. Riley Franklin defensively, even Avery Lark, the outside hitter, had some beautiful kills throughout both sets, and it'll hopefully be fun to see them in the future for Musselman.
Yeah, and I think that Martinsburg they showed some new things, some different things, maybe because we haven't seen them since the Spring Mills match, but Delgado moved into the starting lineup. Smolarski played some libero. We saw Honey Carter coming in then in the second set, so they have the ability to mix things up on defense. Courtney Dick scored some points in a small run there in the second set. Martinsburg had bright spots tonight. I mean,
they were in that first set, 19 apiece, and then it was 6 straight points, and that was that for Musselman.
Yeah, very good call. I forgot. Actually, Martinsburg was winning 17-15 and forced Musselman to use the first time out of the match. So there are many positives, I think, that you can pull away. The biggest things that they've got to work on, obviously, are reducing their service mistakes, and then communication, absolutely. I mean, just lots of situations where looking at each other and not certain whose job it is to play the ball in that specific situation.
Still waiting for both varsity varsity teams to get ready to start warming up. It looks like they're trying to put the final touches of setting up the net and chairs and everything. And I think you also mentioned that they might be having a ceremony before the varsity game as well, Jim. Do you have any details that you could share if you got any, or no?
When I talked to Coach Nelson last week, I know that they had planned on doing something to honor breast cancer awareness. I see that they've got their fundraising basket out. I actually bought tickets to their fundraising events, and I left my tickets at work. So I guess I'm not going to win that tonight. I was going to buy you guys Domino's pizza if I won the big basket. So I guess you guys are going to McDonald's and pick up the Big Mackey special.
Well, any final thoughts, I guess, for the JV match before we get to our final break and prepare for the pregame for varsity?
Yeah, well, first off, it's fun watching the matches being played like that. Maybe the players don't think so as much, but, when I coached in Maryland, there were no freshman teams. So just the fact that West Virginia is ahead of Maryland in providing that opportunity for more kids to be able to participate and compete, that's outstanding. And then to be able to watch both the matches at the same time. The future is very bright for these teams. That's why the EPAC is so competitive the way that it is. And it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to a very fun varsity match coming up here soon.
Yeah, I see that they have the net set up. I don't know why they haven't started the 20-minute clock and allowed the teams to start warming up. I also noticed that they have opened up the opposite side bleachers, and I see a lot of Musselman Kelly Green going over to that side. They always travel well. It should be a pretty entertaining match. Always is when you get to see the defending state champions. Of course, Martinsburg wants to defend its home court and pull off a pretty big upset. And I know it's just a sneak preview, I guess, for the pregame. You think they're going to be able to do so?
Well, I believe that everybody, that's why you put on your uniform, and they both put on those spandex one leg at a time. The interesting thing to me is, and this is where you have the disadvantage of playing at home, when you set up both courts, Martinsburg is still working. They are still doing what they needed to do to tear down the court, and they're not in game mode yet. Musselman, however, as soon as the players moved away from the net, Musselman took the floor and began running their pregame warm-ups. It's hard to win on the road, but Musselman certainly has had more of an opportunity to prepare for victory because of the opportunity that they have, whereas Martinsburg's going to spend another 5 or 10 minutes getting the work of cleaning up the court. So it doesn't bode well for Martinsburg. They're going to have to come out. They're going to have to find some fire and come out quickly if they want a chance to beat the defending state champions.
All right, let's take our 5-minute break now so we can get ready and you can finally go use the bathroom as well, Jim. The final score from the JV matches: set number 1, Musselman wins 25-19, and set number 2, they win 25-17 over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Again, a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back for the pregame of varsity action. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Mayhem is everywhere. I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Erie Insurance says here's to the grown-ups who move, mortgage, mow, and still bust a move. But does your home insurance still fit? Erie helps you protect the home you've grown into, all at fair prices that are often less than the other guys. So how do you find the right coverage? Magic. Nope. Local independent agents who get to know you like this.
Your local Erie agent in Martinsburg is Smallwood & Small Insurance. Get a quote at smallwoodandsmall.com.
Erie Insurance.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Alongside me is the coach, former coach of Smithsburg over in Maryland and three-time state champion for high school volleyball, Mr. Jim Klein. Here at the field house, our crew is Isaiah Horner, Mr. John Alderton, as well as Donald Kinney. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. Still waiting for warm-ups to go on as we have a little ceremony going on, flowers being given to those either battling cancer or have survived cancer as well, as each player for the Martinsburg Bulldogs varsity team brought somebody along with them that is meaningful in their lives, that either, as I said, had cancer and have survived their fight or are continuing their fight, or loved ones that unfortunately also lost their lives to cancer. It's something that everybody, I feel like, definitely has struggled with, either a loved one or somebody that they know close-wise, but always a nice touch to see, no matter what, Jim.
Yeah, it's a very touching ceremony. If you look at it from the humanitarian point of view or philanthropic, point of view, to support and recognize our loved ones who have fallen to this terrible illness, it is very sad. On the other hand, and I don't want to say anything that would diminish anything that these people have gone through, Musselman took the floor and began their warm-ups, and then were removed from the court. So this is one of those situations where it could be difficult to get warmed back up and then get back into the flow of things. The 20-minute clock hasn't started yet, obviously. So both teams need to make sure that they do what they need to do for them to remain healthy when they restart action.
And also Martinsburg in their white and pink breast cancer uniforms for tonight's match as well. And if you see, don't know how well you can see actually on the camera, but with the Bulldog logo, it has the pink ribbon around it, as well as the pink stripes down the side of their uniforms and pink numbers as well. Definitely always fun to see in women's sports, and even in boys sports nowadays as well. Typically not with your jersey, but you either have an armband or a sock to pay tribute to breast cancer, as well as all the other cancers. And you can also see here in the Martinsburg Fieldhouse on the bleachers on our near side, they have some balloons hung up with different colors for all the different cancer awareness ribbons.
And I'm glad that they take the time to recognize the survivors. I mean, this is something important, and as a society, it's something that we need to do. We need to eradicate cancer. We've got to figure out the way to do that. And these ceremonies like this are something that help to keep the fight going.
So as that wraps up, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to go over our notes for both teams. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Home helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Welcome back into the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. We have Isaiah Horner, Donald Kinney, and John Alderton for our crew this evening. And back at the studio is Mr. Nick Verzolini, getting ready for varsity action between the Musselman Lady Applemen, the defending state champions, as well as the home team, Martinsburg Bulldogs. About 18 minutes until the start of varsity action. I think it might have added a minute when the scoreboard turned off there as well. I don't know, but we'll wait and see. It should still be a fun match nonetheless when it gets started. Always is in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. And let's start there with the standings in the EPAC gym. First place with a conference record of 7-0, 33-4-2 overall are those defending state champions that we get to see tonight, the Musselman Applemen. And second, right behind them, the third-ranked team in the AAA standings is Hedgesville at 9-1 in the conference, 24-3-2 overall. And third, the Martinsburg Bulldogs, 5-4 in the conference, 8-8 overall. Washington right behind them at 1-6, 1-6 as well overall. Spring Mills also at 1-6, 3-7 overall. And then Jefferson 0-6 conference-wise, 0-8 overall. So a top three matchup in the EPAC, but when you look at it in the state, Martinsburg ranked 21st, as you mentioned this afternoon. Musselman, as we've said many times, the #1 team in the state. We mentioned height. We mentioned first touches for Martinsburg as well. Other than that, though, what are some things that they need to do to keep in it and possibly shock the state and pick up a win?
Well, Martinsburg clearly is going to have to run offense. So wherever that offense comes from, whether or not
that was going to be my follow-up. Who's it going to run through?
Right, and that's going to be the question, because they're going to have to figure that out. They cannot send free balls across the net. They've got to take risks. They've got to press Musselman to try and get them out of their game plan, but they can't send lollipop free balls that just allow Musselman to reload, reset, and ram the ball down your throat.
As for Musselman, they're coached by Sean Marks. They're coming off a weekend tournament down in South Carolina in which they had 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. The wins were against Ashley Hall and Lucy Beckham twice. The losses were against Porter God and River Bluff. And the tie came against Hilton Head. I talked with a head coach for Musselman, Mr. Sean Marks. He said that Porter God game, by far the best team that they've seen all year. They had a girl 6'4", committed to Texas already, one of the best NCAA Division I teams in the nation. And we were talking a little bit about it as well. Does that competition help you get refocused for coming back into the state of West Virginia for your final matches and prepare you for the playoffs?
Well, I think it helps you to identify where your areas of improvement are. What are the fine-tuning aspects of your game? So when you're being pressed to the very limit, you have the opportunity to develop that mental toughness and to be able to be more introspective to figure out what it is that we need to do better. Conversely, the downside to that is you come back to the EPAC and you play against formidable opponents who maybe they're going to do different things to distract the way that the pace of play. For example, at Spring Mills last week, the match was much slower. Musselman appeared to be complacent at times, slow-footed, static in the defense because of slower in transition. So completely different types of matches. Musselman's going to have to adjust this evening.
Yeah, and they're going to have to, if they adjust, keep that adjustment going, because their remaining schedule is definitely a tough one. It's going to start with Tuesday against the #4 team in the state, #3 team in AAA, Hedgesville, and then followed by a quad tournament, and in that one it is absolutely loaded with talent. You got Morgantown, who's the #2 team in AAA, #3 team in the state, Shady Spring, the #1 team in AA, and #2 team in the state, as well as this very Martinsburg Bulldog team that they get to see tonight. As for Martinsburg, as I mentioned, they're 8-8 overall, coming off a 3-0 loss against your Smithsburg team that you used to coach. They're 5-4 in the EPAC under the first-year head coach, Mike Nelson. Right now, they're on a 2-match losing streak, but before that, they won 4 straight matches. So it's inconsistency, not only during play-wise, but within the entire season. That's basically the storyline for this team, is inconsistency.
Yeah, and it's basics. It's little things. Communication, reducing the service errors, moving your feet. You know, all those little tiny things that you can't allow another team, especially a team like Musselman, to get freebies from. You can't give away the free points.
Yeah, I mean, speaking, as I said, the inconsistency, I mean, what was it, last month, that match against Washington that we had here at the field house, that was by far the best one that we've seen Martinsburg have all year. They dominated the entire time, swept Washington, who beat them earlier in the year to start the season. And right after that, we're like, all right, maybe this Martinsburg team put its big step forward and are going to be a competitor in the EPAC. They still won the next match, but it was against a winless Jefferson team that went 5 sets. So it's been a head-scratcher of a season for Martinsburg, and you never know which side that you're going to see. And obviously, if they want to make it competitive tonight, you got to see the level of play that we saw them have against Washington.
And I want to see both. I want to see both of them put on their best absolute display of talent this evening. I like to see both teams play flawless and then see who walks away with the victory.
The remaining schedule for Martinsburg goes like this as well. You have on Saturday Morgantown and George Washington. And then I can't remember if it's Tuesday or Thursday, you get an out-of-state opponent in Clear Spring, followed by next week the quad that I mentioned that they just entered for Spring Mills. So they get to see Morgantown, Shady Spring, and Musselman. So twice in a week you get to see Morgantown. Twice in about a week and a half you get to see the number 1 team in the state in Musselman. And that obviously, even though it might be losses, helps you out to improve your game and get to that level of play you want to be going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and those teams that you mentioned, Clear Spring, for example, Coach Custer, Jessica Rouse was her maiden name. She played at Williamsport High School, our nemesis. You know, we won 3 state titles in 7 years. Williamsport, I think, won 3 or 4 titles in that time span. We went 110 and 15 in 7 years. Williamsport was probably right up there, somewhere in that same category. And Jessica ran the offense for 4 of those years at Williamsport, and now she's coaching Clear Spring. Those are good teams in Washington County. They may have down years. Smithsburg starts 4 freshmen, but the bottom line is they are winning traditions. Clear Spring actually won back-to-back state titles in 93 and 94.
All right, let's take a 2-minute break as there's 10 minutes to go until varsity action starts. Again, this is the pregame show for Musselman and Martinsburg High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Nothing's better for celebrating after a tough day on the gridiron than a refreshing beer from the frozen tundra of Rock's Beer Cave. Go ahead. Pour it on, big guy.
The beer was for after the game.
Sorry, cold beer. Get your Rock's cold beer.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew for this evening is Isaiah Horner, Donald Kinney, and Mr. John Alderton. We got some high school volleyball for you tonight, getting ready for varsity action. 7:30 to go until the start of that one. We already had JV action. Musselman won 2-0, 25-19 and 25-17. Freshmen were also going on at the same time. We tried to keep some score updates for that. Didn't really focus play-by-play wise on it, but Musselman won the freshman match as well, 25-19 and 25-14, Jim, as we see the defending state champion Musselman Lady Appleman out there warming up. You can see power still all throughout the entire lineup.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't need to tell these kids that they need to get up for this match. I mean, there was a very touching pregame ceremony for cancer survivors, which adds an element of emotion to the gym. And then you've got an EPAC matchup with number 21 Martinsburg against number 1 Musselman. Musselman on the road, which, you know, in some situations, people consider to be more difficult to win on the road. So there should be a great opportunity for us to see a very high level of play this evening.
And so we wait for it to start. Let's talk a little bit about another match that's going on tonight. Spring Mills is at Hampshire. We don't really get to see Hampshire anymore since they're out of the EPAC, but Spring Mills, a team that we've seen a couple times this year, up against Hedgesville, up against Martinsburg, as well as Musselman. And it's a team that record-wise has struggled, but definitely has some talent to possibly be a power in the EPAC in the future.
Yeah, they've got the size across the front row. Flebu, Stevens, they have the ability, I think. Coach Wolf in her first year has got to put the pieces together to figure out how to get them over that hump.
Yeah, and same thing here with Martinsburg. Obviously, the record is better for them, but it's a team that obviously needs to get the puzzle pieces together if they want to be able to be a team like Hedgesville, like Musselman. That's something that Mike Nelson actually said when I talked to him before. Wise, unfortunately, I don't have the interview for you guys. We're having some issues with the recorder. We'll try to get it fixed so that you can hear from the coaches next week. But whenever I was talking to Mike Nelson down there before the match, that's something he said. He's like, we're not at the level of a Hedgesville or a Musselman yet, but he sees signs of ways to possibly get there for the team. It's just not there yet, and obviously since he's a first-year head coach, he's going to do his best to get them to that level, and it's going to be tough because right now with this team you got 9 seniors that are going to be gone next year. However, you do have 8 juniors that you get to rely on.
Yeah, and the toughest thing I think when you're making the transition in a new, I don't know if you want to call it regime, but the fact is that they lost their 6-1 setter to Robert Morris University, Ashlyn Wallen, okay? So not only does the head coach leave, her mom, Coach Wallen, leaves, but your floor general, who is arguably the most talented player on your team, leave at the exact same time. So not only are you're losing that presence in practice, you're losing the floor general during the match, the person who's going to look at you and tell you need to pick it up, or nice job, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. So those are the things that it's very hard at the same time. I took Smithsburg's job in 1995, and I brought back the MVAL Player of the Year, Alexa Robertson. She is now the head coach at Lehigh University. So although City Young Coach Young had a fantastic career at Smithsburg, when she left, I adopted the floor leader, the general. And I'm not saying that it was easy for us to win. I started 2 freshmen, but we went 14-3, and it came in part because I still was able to maintain that senior leadership that you had to have, because Alexa Robertson clearly was the best player on the team.
Let's look a little bit right now with the warm-ups going on out there for Martinsburg as well. And we mentioned it a couple times already. They have the height, but can they combine that athleticism with it to be able to go up front, make that battle at the net, which is something that kind of puts Musselman in an uncomfortable situation, because even though they have the power through, Hannah Howard, we saw even against Spring Mills, Ada McCoy do it as well. Up front for them, Caroline Shipley, another player, Emma Kurnos, Chrisman. Everybody has the talent, but when you get that height on the opposite side, it seems like, at least EPAC-wise, it gets in the head of Musselman and they play down to the opponent, which obviously is something that head coach Sean Martz absolutely does not want to see from his team. And even as an announcer, you want to see both teams have the best game. So will we get to see that tonight is always the question.
Yeah, and I think that the struggles at the setters both struggled a little bit at Musselman. There were some hand calls that we didn't see in the previous matchup. So I think you're exactly right. I think that Martinsburg's got to bring it, and Musselman's got to stay focused on their own game. They can't allow whatever the types of setbacks or changes to pace, those types of things, they can't get in the way of what they intend to do.
All right, let's take another 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to go over both teams' rosters. Again, a 2-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Let's look at both teams' rosters for tonight before we get started with volleyball action. Starting with the Musselman Lady Appleman. You got number 2, Kaylee Weatherholtz. Number 3, Isabella Hutzler. Number 4, Hannah Howard. Number 5, Addison Walker. Number 6 is Ashley Fox. Number 7 is Addie Miller. Number 8 is Ada McCoy. Number 9 is Madigan Faircloth. Number 10 is Riley Franklin. Number 11, Sadie Wright. Number 14 is Caroline Shipley. Number 17 is Emma Kurnos. Number 21 is Kaylee Chrisman. Number 24 is Avery Lark. Number 25 is Ava Dunnigan. As for for Martinsburg, you got number 6, Yukari Furich Blanchard. Number 7, Avery Bishop. Number 10, Madison Brenniger. Number 17, Kendall Holben. Number 18, Amoni Fennell. Number 19, Emily Valls. Number 20, Skylar Bishop. Number 21, Ellie Mosby. Number 22, Jadalyn Joseph. Number 23 is Sophie Marple. Number 27 is Bella Ray. And that rounds out Martinsburg's roster as well. We wait for the PA announcer to go over the lineups too. Any final thoughts before we get started, Jim?
You know, my players to watch would be Hannah Howard, number 4, the outside hitter for Musselman, and I think that the equalizer for Martinsburg would be Amoni Fennell. I think that number 18, Fennell's got to have a good game from the outside, which could help soften up the defense for Musselman, get some transition balls back across to Martinsburg, get Musselman on their heels.
And right as I say that we have to wait for the PA announcer, the PA announcer now has to wait for power, as it looks like either the plug got unplugged or they're having issues with it. The scoreboard just went out and the microphone was out as well, so they have to reset that. And it sounds like they have, so we're right back for the PA announcer to announce Musselman followed by Martinsburg. And as I mentioned, it is Cancer Awareness Night. Breast Cancer Awareness uniforms on for Martinsburg, the white and pink. And for Musselman, they're in the white and green. However, they have pink bows in their ponytails and pigtails as well. Around the field house, you see different balloons honoring cancer survivors, those that are continuing to battle against cancer, and those that have unfortunately lost their lives to cancer. A beautiful tribute before the varsity match at the start of the warm-ups. If you didn't get to see it, make sure to go onto our YouTube page and watch it later on. So let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back for varsity volleyball action between the number 1 team in the state, Musselman Lady Applemen, and the home team, Martinsburg Bulldogs. Again, a 2-minute break. This is high school volleyball in the Mountain State on WRNR and TV 10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire? Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Remember that last trip to the auto mechanic?
I also think your solenoid gasket is bad.
What?
Yep, that'll be another $500.
Forget that and go to D&N Auto Specialist at 230 Tavern Road, Martinsburg, where honesty is their best policy. Serving the Eastern Panhandle since 1974, D&N Auto is family-owned and operated, specializing in exhaust alignments and tires. From general maintenance to major overhauls, they'll treat you right. Call D&N Auto Specialist at 304-267-4078.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein as the national anthem concludes, sung by Martinsburg volleyball player Miss Kendall Holben, who's a member of the Good Times Show Choir. I remember that because she was a guest last week on Eastern Panhandle Talk with Mr. Rob Mario. You can always listen to that on WRNR 106.5 FM, 740 AM. Also tune in to TV 10 on Comcast and our Facebook page. Again, that is every weekday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. They also made some really good apple dumplings. Did you get any, Jen?
Of course. Oh, my goodness.
They were awesome.
Absolutely.
That was the first time that I had them, and, man, I couldn't eat anything else the rest of the night.
I believe that. Very good.
So let's get ready to get started here for high school varsity volleyball action. Both teams in white, so just got to remember which side's which. It'll be Musselman on the left, Martinsburg on the right. Looks like it'll be Musselman serving first. Back to serve is Caroline Shipley, the senior. We wait for both teams to bring out their liberos to start.
Just love to see the enthusiasm. Emma Kernos went out for the coin toss. Clearly she won the coin toss. Musselman has the serve. And they celebrated the coin toss. Like, the excitement. They want to play. It's great to be here in EPAC action.
Shipley serve to Joseph. Marple sets it up, and it's just going to be tipped over to Howard. Serve. Beautiful one by Weatherholtz for Sadie Wright. Musselman strikes first. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and miscommunication there between Bishop and Marple. I'm not sure what the play was, if that was supposed to be a short one or Bishop was early.
Shipley with another serve to Joseph. Fennel puts it back in the middle for Avery Bishop.
Great swing.
Back at Faircloth. Shipley
good adjustment.
Behind, and another point for Musselman to make it 2-0. The freshman, Ada McCoy, wants to be dubbed now the Mangler from the Musselman side.
The Mangler had to do exactly what you would have expected. She needed to reach. She kind of overstepped her approach, so she had to reach back.
Shipley to Bishop. Marple sets it for Fennel. Through the block. Howard.
It's way in.
Beautiful. Bruniger let it go by her, thinking that it was going to go out. But that rarely happens from the hammer. It's 3-0 Musselman.
Yeah, Musselman executing flawlessly. I mean, very good passes, very crisp, very good setting.
Shipley serves it at Joseph.
Marple's got to get the outside hit.
And it's going to go near, and point goes to Martinsburg. Touching the net was Sadie Wright. It's 3-1.
Yeah, Marple's got to get that left hip around. When the ball's pulling her off the net beyond the 10 line, she's got to get square to her target. Mo could have called hands there, I think.
It'll be Marple to serve for Martinsburg. Her serve way out. It's a point for Musselman to make it 4-1, so the first serve of the evening for Martinsburg is an error. Now it'll be Madigan Faircloth to serve for the Applemen. Faircloth to Fennel.
Overpass.
It's going to go to Howard. She wanted that one, but the net slowed it down. Faircloth. Shipley for McCoy. To Marple. Bruniger. Coming forward and hitting it over is Bishop for a free ball. Howard looking to capitalize. It's blocked by Fennel.
Great coverage.
Howard again off the block behind Joseph. And another free ball sent to Musselman's side. Point Musselman. Addison Walker makes it 5-1. That was a beautiful kill.
Yeah, Skylar Bishop ended up in a single block situation in the middle, and just too easy for that caliber.
Faircloth off the net and down to the court. It's an ace for Musselman, makes it 6-1.
This is a perfect storm right now for Martinsburg. I'm not even sure I wouldn't blow the quick TO.
Faircloth to Bruniger, another ace, 7-1. This is the exact start Musselman needed, as you said, Jim. Faircloth with another serve directed to Bruniger. She gets it this time, passes it to Marple. Marple to Joseph, and her spike goes out. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 8-1. Mike Nelson, the coach for Martinsburg, stands up now. Brinegar to Joseph. Over for Fennell. She's going to have to send a free ball. Shipley to Howard. And a beautiful dig by Avery Bishop. Players colliding on Musselman's side. McCoy sends it back over. Musselman resets in position, and Bishop has to send a free ball to McCoy. McCoy for Shipley to Howard. Off the net and down by Marple. Brinegar. Avery Bishop. No. Point Musselman 9-1. Let's see if Mike Nelson calls the timeout. He will. Let's take a 30-second break. Musselman all over Martinsburg early. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
The right attorney can make all the difference in the outcome of your case.
I called Sutton and Janelle, the best lawyers you could ask for.
Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. 70 years of collective legal experience. Family law, criminal defense, DUI, personal injury, and mediation.
Sutton and Janelle got the most favorable outcome I could have expected.
Visit Sutton and Janelle's new historic location, 224 West King Street in Martinsburg. Online at suttonandjanelle.com. Sutton and Janelle Attorneys at Law. They value your rights and are passionate about your success.
Back inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. 9-1, Musselman leads in set number 1. Faircloth serves for Musselman to Fennell. Marple, Skylar Bishop hits it over for Dunnigan. Howard blocked and right back towards her. It goes out of play. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 10-1.
Okay, non-fact, but did you see where Dunnigan was? Dunnigan was actually in front of Howard covering on defense.
And the serve of Faircloth just goes out. It's a point for Martinsburg. Ends the run of Musselman to make it 10-2.
Man, just a well-coached team and great position for Dunnigan. Block goes out of bounds. If it would have come in, she had the play.
Fennell serves it for Walker. It's at the net. Recovering it is Shipley. Back to Howard. Brinegar. Marple sets it high. Over to Avery Bishop. Off the net. Almost to the antenna. It was out. The official on the near side not calling it. He's waving his hand still. And it was a point for Musselman. So it's 11-2. Substitute entering for Martinsburg is Yukari Blanchard. 2 substitutes entering for Musselman, Emma Kurnos, as well as Kaylee Chrisman. Back to serve for Musselman will be, it looks like, Emma Kurnos, the senior that just entered the match. It's 11-2, Musselman leads as well. Kurnos serves it over the net and out of play. It's a point for Martinsburg. So back-to-back service errors by Musselman when they've got the chance. It'll be Skylar Bishop to serve now for Martinsburg. Bishop to Shipley, coming forward and hitting it is Hutzler. Gets it for Walker. Goes out. It's a point Martinsburg to make it 11-4 now. Skylar Bishop to serve again. Bishop serve goes low at Shipley. Hutzler for Howard. It's blocked by Joseph. Goes out. So a beautiful tool by the Hammer makes it 12-4 Musselman.
And again, Faircloth was there on the defensive rotation for coverage. But Martinsburg did what they needed to do. They've got to press with the outside shoulder. Press with the outside shoulder so that off block you're pushing it inbounds instead of out of bounds.
Howard to Avery Bishop. Running from the front line is Marple, and Bishop sends it to the back line at Howard. Hutzler to Walker. Towards the back, out of play. Point for Martinsburg makes it 12-5.
Yeah, Walker has to have some court awareness there. She needs to know that she can't swing straight, and if she does, she's going to have to take something off that.
And now it'll be Emily Valls entering and serving for Martinsburg. Valls. Serve goes hard over the net to Howard. Had to backtrack for it. Hutzler to Walker. And a point for Martinsburg. It's a 2-touch call against Musselman. Makes it 12-6. So some sloppiness entering the play right now of Musselman. Valls to serve for Martinsburg. Goes to Faircloth. Hutzler sets it behind her. Right. And a point again for Martinsburg as it goes out. No tip, so it's 12-7.
Yeah, Chrisman with a good swing. She just didn't follow through. Got to snap that wrist.
Serve from Vols to Faircloth. Hutzler over for Shipley. Blanchard with a beautiful save. Vols behind her at the net. And a point for Musselman. Shipley got it the second time around.
And that's one of those free ball mistakes that you just can't have. I mean, you basically set the defense up, and you ended up in a situation where it's an unwinnable point, giving a free ball with no block, allowing them to hit right back at you.
Walker serves for Musselman as they lead 13-7. Vols tries to set it, goes off the net. It's a point for Musselman. 14-7 they lead now.
Yeah, Vols got to make the decision. Your hands or you're going to go to your forearms. And in that situation, she needs to go low. Go to your knee pads. That's why you got them. That's your shot to bring the ball away from the net.
Walker off the net.
That's a pancake.
Beautiful pancake by Blanchard and a free ball sent by Marple. Hutzler.
Oh, my.
Sadie Wright with the kill makes it 15-7. That pancake, absolutely fabulous to keep it from being an ace.
I like mine with extra butter. Fantastic.
And it has to be true maple syrup as well, right? The serve by Walker goes out of play, makes it 15-8 now. John, if he's going to mess with it and talk about actual pancakes, I'm going to as well, okay? It's 15-8. It'll be Martinsburg serve, Avery Bishop. And a service error.
Followed by a service error.
16-8 now. We wait for a substitute to enter for Musselman. It'll be Ava Dunnigan checking back in. She'll be back to serve as well for the Applemen.
A sophomore.
Dunnigan serves it to Brenniger. Vols sets it behind her, and it's going to go off the block. Point for Martinsburg. Sophie Marple gets the kill. Brenniger will now serve for Martinsburg. Martinsburg and Musselman both have decent crowds on hand. You can see a little bit of a student section behind Brenniger serving right now as a couple of Bulldog football players stuck around to watch the match. And Faircloth with the move like the Matrix lets it go out right by her face. It's 17-9. Musselman gets the point.
It's back-to-back service errors for the Bulldogs. That's what makes it. It's very frustrating because you have a chance to get back in.
Fennel, Vols.
And there's an overset.
At the net, Marple, back for Vols.
Another overset. Oh, my.
Bishop at the net gets the point. It looked like it was going to be an overset.
Yeah, Bishop got hands.
Still got there, so makes it 17-10. Musselman still in the lead. Martinsburg serves.
Very heads-up play by Skylar Bishop. If she didn't get a hand on that, that ball was coming right back down.
Marple will serve. Goes to Howard. Shipley back to Howard. Beautiful. Nothing Martinsburg could have done there. It's 18-10 now, Musselman.
Yeah, she was over Jalen Joseph there. I mean, like, hit over top of the block.
That's the power that Hannah Howard brings to the table every night. Faircloth serves a knuckler to Fennel. Joseph wanted to jump for it, but had to stay grounded. Shipley, and a free ball sent by Walker. Brenniger.
Offhand Fennel.
To Fennel. Faircloth again, almost hits the ceiling. Nope. Howard puts it towards the middle. Fennel keeps it alive. Martinsburg didn't realize it.
Communication error.
Communication error gives the point to Musselman. 19-10 they lead now.
Yeah, and the libero's got to know. She's got to know. Brenniger's got to know that somebody's got to take a swing at that.
Faircloth
Great
serves
serve.
it to Brenniger. It's going to go into the stands. A great catch by Kidd there. It's an ace. Makes it 20-10. A timeout called by Martinsburg. Let's take a 30-second break as well. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR TV 10.
Home Helpers of the Eastern Panhandle, making life easier for you, your family, and especially your loved ones that need their care. They are locally owned and searching for smiling faces to hire so that your loved one can stay in their home where they are the happiest. Call 304-433-8000 or visit homehelpershomecare.com/panhandle, or you can visit them at 3192 Winchester Avenue right here in Martinsburg. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It's West Virginia High School Volleyball. Musselman all over the Bulldogs right now in set number one. 20 10.
Yeah, we talked in pregame about not allowing Musselman to dictate the speed of play, and that is exactly what's happened in the first 30 points of this first set. Musselman is running their full offense, quicks, shoots, slides, everything. Martinsburg has got to put something back at Musselman to get a free ball in exchange.
Madigan Faircloth still serving for Musselman. Not anymore. Service error gives the point to Martinsburg. It's 22-11 now, so the timeout works for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. Mental mistake by Faircloth, the senior.
It'll be Fennell now serving for Martinsburg. Her serve over the net and drops for a bump, set, and spike, and a point Martinsburg. Confusion on Musselman. Didn't see what the call was.
He's calling hands. He's calling the hands. That's, you know what? Very tight. Very tight.
Who's the hands on? Was it McCoy here on the near side?
Nope. Setter.
Okay. So Fennell,
Shipley,
Walker, Bishop, and Shipley meet. And Avery Bishop this time not realizing what she did, but she's happy she got the point. It's 20-13 now. Avery Bishop's like, it worked. I didn't think it would, but it did. So Fennell now will serve again for Martinsburg. Fennell serve, a high one, and it drops right by Dunnigan and Walker. 20-14 is the score now, after it was 20-11 before, or excuse me, 20-10 before the timeout that was called by Martinsburg. Since then, it's been 4 straight points for them. Fennell looking to make it 5 straight points. Here's her serve to Musselman. Dunnigan, Shipley sets it for Walker. Marple into the air. Brenniger into the air for the ball as well. Avery Bishop, her serve, or excuse me, her spike, too far out of play. It's 21-14. Musselman with a 7-point lead. Brings in 2 substitutes, Emma Kurnos as well as Kaylee Chrisman.
Yeah, Kurnos missed her last service opportunity.
Kurnos' serve, a hard one to Blanchard. Bishop at the line, met by Howard. Avery Bishop.
Not even close.
Goes off the net. It's a point for Musselman to make it 22-14. 3 more points needed for Musselman in set number 1. Kurnos serves it. Blanchard. Marple sets it for Avery Bishop. Over the block. Coming forward is Shipley. Faircloth. And it's off the block from Chrisman. Brenniger to Bishop. Over to the Musselman side now.
Musselman just not passing very well.
Free ball sent by Chrisman deep to Brenniger. Marple for Skylar Bishop. It's going to go high into the rafters. Howard punches it, tried to get to the back corner, not hard enough as it went to Brenniger. Avery Bishop to Faircloth. Shipley for Howard, this time right back at Brenniger. Blanchard clawed for it, Marple came towards it, and it'll be back to Martinsburg. Stumbling but recovering is Joseph. Howard, third opportunity again to Brenniger. Brenniger has to send a free ball over Faircloth.
Oh, good pass.
Shipley.
This is trouble.
Walker.
Lets it sail.
Oh, it's a point Martinsburg. 22-15 is the score now. Musselman still in control, but after a great rally, will momentum shift to Martinsburg's side?
Yeah, and Walker says to Shipley she wants it higher. As a coach, I'd be saying you need to get there.
Bishop to Howard. Hutzler for Walker. Right at Avery Bishop, off the net. A kick attempt from Bishop, can't get it over the net. Another point for Musselman to make it 23-15.
Then again, if Walker's going to hit like that, maybe just set a little higher. Maybe. I mean, what more do you want? Kill.
Howard will serve for Musselman. Her serve to Blanchard. Hit into the air, Avery Bishop. Gets it blocked right back at her. Beautiful roof by Walker, and Chrisman sets up set point for Musselman. It's 24-15. Hannah Howard trying to wrap things up in set number 1 and get Musselman a victory for it. Howard serve to Avery Bishop. Marple, Bella Ray off the net, gets the point for Martinsburg. It's 24-16. The Bulldogs need 8 straight points, and it'll be Emily Vols entering to serve to try and do so. Vols. Serve to Faircloth.
Great pass.
Hutzler sets it behind her. And it's a point. Musselman. Kaylee Chrisman makes it 25-16 to give the Applemen the victory in set number 1. Let's take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for the second set of the best of 5. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender. Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Having trouble getting your house sold? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as the #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Phone 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew for this evening is Donald Kinney, Isaiah Horner, and John Alderton. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini. Musselman wins set number 1 against Martinsburg, 25-16. We wait for both teams talking on the bench right now with their coaches. Cut back out onto the court for set number 2. Jim, what are your thoughts there from the first set?
Well, Musselman did exactly what they needed to do. One of the concerns that Coach Martz had in your discussion with him at pregame is the way that they handle small bits of adversity, especially when the pace of play changes. And what I saw was Musselman at 2010 came back with a service error, and just like what you mentioned on break was Fennell was able to take advantage and go on a little three-point run at serve, which Musselman just looked out of sorts throughout that little 4-point swing with poor passing, serving, giving some free balls back to Martinsburg, but they quickly settled, regained control, and obviously took that first set 25-16.
Yeah, and definitely service errors from both sides, more on Martinsburg's side, it seemed like, than Musselman's, and you can't give free points to the defending state champions when you want to stay in a match and keep it competitive, and that's just a recipe for disaster. Let's see if Martinsburg will continue that, or if they can get a rally going as they get to serve first. It'll be Miss Sophie Marple to do so.
Yeah, and Marple had a miss serve in the first set, and that you absolutely cannot do that. Martinsburg at one point had back-to-back miss serves. And what that means is 1 or 2 real points by Musselman, that's a 4-point swing, two service errors. You cannot give up those types of freebies when you're battling the #1 team in the state.
As Madigan Faircloth and Madison Berniger, the liberos for each team, enter the match. Again, it'll be Sophie Marple to serve for Martinsburg first. Marple serve. Out of play, so a point to Musselman, and I said right before she served, you don't want a service error, and that's exactly what she does.
Yeah, thanks for that, Colin. A little bit of the announcer's jinx to start the second set.
I told her not to do it. Marple sets it for Fennell. Fennell gets the point that time, so it's 1-1.
Yeah, Fennell took a little something off of it and placed it, and Coach Martz is livid. No defensive rotation. Everyone just kind of stood flat-footed. Like, that's what you can't have happen. Everyone should be moving on every play. Front row should be blocking. Defense should be moving to bases.
Fennell serve.
Great
in
pass.
play. Shipley sets it for Howard, and she had her almost entire upper half of the body above the net. It came back to Musselman's side, off the net, trickles down. Point Appleman makes it 2-1.
Yeah, Bishop running into Marple. I don't get it. Like that's the type of communication error. Marple should be calling for the ball. Bishop should know better. She's got to get out of the way.
It'll be a serve for Musselman. Kurnos will serve. No spin, Blanchard. Marple at Avery Bishop, it's blocked. Blanchard back for Avery Bishop, over the block this time. Shipley, fair cloth. Back for Chrisman. Blanchard mishits it, it's a point. Musselman makes it 3-1.
Yeah, Marple's block pulls Bishop way in. She gets sucked into the middle blocker for the roof, and then ends up basically getting a free ball back.
Kurnos' serve over to Berniger, and it went off a piece of the basketball hoop here in the field house. Martinsburg thought it was going to go towards the bleachers, so they all started running that way. It ricocheted back into play. Nobody was there. It's 4-1 Musselman. Always tough to judge the bounce. Serve from Kurnos, Berniger to Marple to Avery Bishop. Fair cloth.
Oh my.
Shipley.
Good call.
That was a clear lift
Yes.
by her. Makes it 4-2 now. It'll be Skylar Bishop to serve for Martinsburg.
Yeah, in her mind, she made the decision she was going to back set, and she allowed the ball to get beyond the plane of her body. And that's not where the ball needs to be. The ball needs to be on your forehead as a setter. Otherwise, you're telegraphing the direction that you're going. In that case, she overstepped. Clearly a lift, mishandled, two double contact, whatever you want to call it.
4-2 again is your score. Skylar Bishop serves.
Might have been out.
Shipley. Howard. Shipley comes forward and hits it at Blanchard. Marple behind her for Joseph. Blocked by Walker and Howard. It ricochets off them both. Out of play. It's a point for Martinsburg. 4-3 now is the score.
Yeah, I think Walker might have been late. Looked like Coach Martz was talking to Howard about setting the block more to the outside. Outside blockers are setting the block. The middle's job then is to get there and close the gap.
Another serve by Bishop. Hutzler for Chrisman. Blanchard keeps it alive for Martinsburg. Bishop off the block. Faircloth. Hutzler for Howard. And it's Marple waiting for it. Bishop again off the block of Chrisman. Faircloth.
Oh, very high.
Howard a second time. Gets the point for Musselman, makes it 5-3.
You know, and the level of difficulty with a set that high, think about what kind of timing you have to be able to gauge when you're supposed to start the approach, because Musselman runs a very up-tempo, short set offense, and all of a sudden that ball's in the rafters. That's incredible athletic play.
Howard serves to Blanchard. Avery Bishop with a spike. Right in front of Howard, it's a point Martinsburg. Avery Bishop gets the kill to make it 5-4 now.
I just don't know how that ball's getting between Chrisman and Walker. That would be one where, in practice, I would be moving to the end line so that I can watch where do they need to close the block. We don't have a very good angle for that.
Musselman up by 1. Martinsburg's Vols serves to Faircloth. Hutzler to Shipley. Blanchard puts it at the net.
There's
Vols slides and shuffles, almost went across.
Yeah.
No call. Mart's not happy with it. Musselman still gets the point anyway to make it 6-4.
Yeah, he's given Mr. Moe the business, because that was clearly not a good play. The crowd reacted. Everyone reacted. He's still talking.
It'll be a serve from Musselman. Back to serve is Addison Walker. It goes off the net. Vols dives for it, keeps it alive. Berniger for Bishop off the block. It's a point for Martinsburg. Makes it 6-5 now. Martinsburg is yet to lead in set number 2. Looking to tie it now. It'll be Avery Bishop.
This is one of those times where the serve, it matters so much.
To Howard. Hutzler for Chrisman to Vols. Berniger Back to Avery Bishop, into the middle for Howard. Hutzler sets it at the net.
Oh my.
And it is a beautiful kill by Sadie Wright off the hands of Vols into the stands. It's 7-5 now.
Just the timing was impeccable. I almost thought I saw Coach Mark smile. Nah, probably not.
You can ask him later.
I'm telling you, the timing was just unbelievable. The way that the setter went up and squared to the net so that she could bring it back.
And miscommunication. Dunnigan gets the ace to make it 8-5. Brinegar and Bishop stared at each other and let the ball go in between them.
Yeah, and that's where you know, even back in my day, you know, when we had a defensive specialist, you would tell that defensive specialist, own the back row. I want you to play every ball you can get. You're the best passer on the team. Brinegar, step up, make the play.
Dunnigan to Avery Bishop. Vols sets it up for Fennell. Fennell towards the middle of Musselman. McCoy diving and getting it, and Howard has to send a free ball. Brinegar.
Tight pass.
To Vols for Ray. And Ray tools Musselman, gets the point, makes it 8-7. So Martinsburg back within 1 point.
Yeah, Bella Ray, she's been effective at the net. She's had a couple kills. On each time she slid through the front row, she's picked up a kill or two.
Now it is Brinegar to serve. And it's out. Point Musselman makes it 9-6. And it'll be Caroline Shipley to serve for Musselman. Fennell Vols for Skylar Bishop. Gets the point from Musselman. Beautiful offense there by the Bulldogs. Bump, set, spike, and kill. Makes it 9-7.
Marple started the second set with a service error.
She's back there to serve now. Her serve to Howard.
Not a good pass.
Passes it to Shipley, and it's a point for Martinsburg. Makes it 9-8.
Gotta move your feet. Gotta move your feet, Hannah Howard.
Marple will serve again for Martinsburg, trying to tie things up at 9.
Great serve.
Faircloth to Shipley. Howard off the block, gets the point. Musselman back up by 2. It's 10-8. It'll be Faircloth to serve now.
See, that's why Martinsburg can't give up freebies, because every time they go on a mini run, Musselman has an answer.
Brinegar to Marple. Marple to Joseph. Blocked.
To Fennell.
Marple to Fennell this time. Off the block.
Nice save done again.
Shipley to Howard. To Brinegar for Martinsburg.
Good
Marple.
pass.
Joseph gets blocked again. Point for Musselman. It's McCoy and Walker to make it 11-8.
The Mangler closing the door on the phone booth. She sent that ball direct mail right back to Joseph.
Faircloth, I thought that touched.
It hit the ground.
So it's a free ball sent over by Martinsburg. Shipley to Walker. Brinegar with a beautiful dig. Another free ball sent over. Shipley.
Shoot.
For who else? Hammer Howard makes it 12-8. Brinegar. In set number 1, we saw her able to hit some of those. That time she didn't. Timeout Martinsburg. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. It is 12-8 in set number 2. Musselman leads Martinsburg. They also lead 1-0 after set number 1. They won 25-16. It is Faircloth for Musselman to serve. To Martinsburg's Bishop, set by Marple for Joseph. Hit at Shipley. Faircloth to the near side, off the net. Gets the point is the Mangler, Ada McCoy. Just a freshman out there, but making her name known for Musselman. It's 13-8.
And I tell you right now, although she wasn't involved in that play, in the early part of the second set, my player to watch right now would be Shipley. She is setting lights out.
Marple to Joseph. Block, and McCoy hits it behind, and it looked like it was more of a lift, almost like a catapult. So it's a point for Martinsburg, makes it 13-9.
Yeah, she basically caught the ball, checked her phone to make sure she didn't have any texts, and then deposited it to the defense. So definitely the definition of prolonged contact, which is a lift.
It'll be Fennell to serve.
Good serve.
At Howard, Shipley, back to Howard. And instead of some power behind it, tried to finesse it over the block. Bishop with power, and it is over and out. Point Musselman makes it 14-9.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Howard tipped there. I guess maybe she expected the ball to be tighter or lower, so instead she gave it a little push, and it ended up in basically an unforced error by Martinsburg. I mean,
that's more what we saw from Howard against Spring Mills. Tonight we've definitely seen more of the power from Howard, but she knows when to switch it on and off, it seems like, as we get a service error.
Kurnos, that's
from
her second.
Kurnos gets the point for Martinsburg, makes it 14-10.
Yeah, she had a service error in the first set. Kurnos was the team captain this evening, so hopefully she's going to shake that off.
Bella Ray enters for Martinsburg. Skylar Bishop serves it to Shipley. Hutzler, and Howard has to send a free ball over.
Yeah, Martinsburg's got to use this, Joseph.
To Joseph, Shipley. Tight. At the net is Ray. She jumps up. Hutzler, though, for Musselman has it. Marple to Ray. And off the block and gets the point. It's 14-11 now.
Yeah, not pretty, but this is what Ray has done the entire evening. She slides across the front row and picks up a kill or two, and that's what she's doing. I'm almost wondering if maybe they need to highlight her in the offense a little more. Maybe even slide her outside.
Well, it might be difficult because she's still favoring that right ankle. Hammer Howard gets the kill. But as I was saying, as the score is now 15-11, Musselman over Martinsburg. Bella Ray has been favoring an ankle sprain there on her right ankle that she actually tweaked a little bit more earlier in the week. I heard from Mike Nelson during band competitions.
Oh no, okay.
So let's see. So far it seems like it's not an issue, but have to keep an eye on her as Howard serves it to Bishop at the net, and it'll be
a free ball
back over to Martinsburg. Weatherholtz off the net. Point Martinsburg, it's 15-12.
Yeah, Weatherholtz came off the bench. I have nothing wrong with that other than she failed to execute. I mean, it was a good pass, good set. Just didn't get the ball out in front of her enough to be able to break the plane of the net.
Correction, that's actually Addie Miller. I thought it was Weatherholtz, but her 7 on the front was actually curled up to make it look like the 2.
Oh, got it.
A little bit of wrinkles tricking us there. It's a point for Martinsburg. It's now 15-13.
So you could have just blamed it on my old eyes.
No, because I said it first. 15-13 again is the score. Vols will serve for Martinsburg, who trails by 2. Her delivery out of play. It's a point for Musselman, 16-13. Right when you think that momentum could possibly be shifting, Martinsburg just gifts a point each time to Musselman.
Right, your defensive players, your setters, are not going to be your big hitters.
Miller to Bruniger, and another mistake by Martinsburg. It's an ace for Musselman, makes it 17-13.
So you have to count on your setters and your defensive specialists to serve and pass. So when you see the breakdown in serving, it's almost like you're thinking, man, 50% of your job, you didn't execute.
Miller, Blanchard, Marple. Bruniger has to send a free ball over. Miller to Howard for Shipley.
Howard with an assist.
A point for Musselman to make it 18-13. So the Applemen now up by 5. The Applemen on a streak right now. Miller going to try to keep it going. Her serve to Martinsburg's Bruniger. Bishop off the ceiling, back for Bruniger, sends a free ball to Howard. Hutzler, and a beautiful kill by Sadie Wright. Her belly button was at the top of the net there during that jump. It's 19-13, and a timeout will be called by Martinsburg. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Back at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, 19-13, Musselman leads. Miller serving for the Appleman to Blanchard, and it's an ace for Musselman, makes it 20-13.
Yeah, it's the worst possible place to pass the ball because Marple is left back, so she's running to the offhand side, and your setter's on the over on the far side.
Miller, the Blanchard Vols, sets it for Ray, who has to go behind her. Diving is Hutzler, and a free ball sent over by Musselman, Sadie Wright. Avery Bishop to Howard. The ball's at the net for Hutzler, and a second straight free ball sent by Musselman. Bella Ray hits it out towards Musselman's bench. It's a point for the Applemen to make it 21-13. That one was close. Martinsburg had the opportunity after two straight free balls, but had an error. So Miller continues to serve. Brinegar, Vols for Bishop. It's another point for Musselman, as it looks like we get a two-touch call, so it's 22-13. Musselman up by 9 and 3 points away from a victory in set number 2.
Yeah, that wasn't the worst one that I'd seen all evening, but the back set, she stepped too far under.
Miller on the line, just in. It's an ace for Musselman, makes it 23-13. We had a 1-point match in this set. It's now a 10-point match. Musselman just has all of the control right now, and it is Addie Miller doing so. Vols for Avery Bishop, off the block. Miller keeps it alive. Howard, Shipley to Brinegar. Backspin for Vols, sets it for Ray, off the block.
Shipley's down.
Shipley
back up.
Gets back up and has to hit it over. Vols behind her for Avery Bishop.
Yeah.
And a lift is called on Vols.
And that's where the
set point Musselman.
Right, and Coach Nelson then is frustrated because that has not been called all season. I mean, think about it.
True, yeah.
Think about the Jefferson match. There were no hand calls the entire evening, and now all of a sudden we're going to get Picayune.
Miller to Blanchard. Vols to Ray.
Oh, she's got to swing away.
It's Weatherholtz to Miller. Vols almost catches it, stumbles down. It's a point for Musselman. They win set number 2, 25-13 over Martinsburg. Let's take another 1-minute break, and then we'll be back for set number 3. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
Martinsburg High School. We're inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for set number 3 between the Musselman Applemen and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew is Donald Kinney, Isaiah Horner, and John Alderton. Back at the studio, it's Isaiah Horner. Excuse me, Nick Verzolini. Isaiah's right next to me. What am I doing? All right, let's get focused for set number 3. Musselman leads 2-0. It's 25-16 in set number 1. Musselman won 25-13. They won set number 2. And they have all the momentum on their side right now. What can Martinsburg do to get back in this match?
Well, we were only ever down 2-0 in sets, 2 sets to nothing one time, and that was 2017. We were ranked number 1 in the state. We were 18-1. At that point in time, it was the playbook's out the window. We're going to swing on serve receive if there's a mistake. We're going to be very aggressive at the end line. We are not going to tip unless that is the only option. We're going to hit the gas pedal and keep it pushed to the floor, and if we crash and burn, we crash and burn, but we're going down and fighting. We're not going to be passive, and we're not going to send patsy free balls.
Let's see if Martinsburg can do just that. Fennell gets the first point for the Bulldogs, makes it 1-0 to start set number 3.
And I don't recall this. The match has moved very quickly, but I do not recall seeing Fennell get a very good set like that the entire evening. She had a very good,
you're right,
and it ended in a kill.
Yep, I think you are correct, as it'll be Sophie Marple to serve. Goes to Howard. Shipley sets it back for Howard, and she has to get it to Fennell. Fennell, Marple, Bishop. Sadie Wright off block, ties it up at 1.
Yeah, but Martinsburg gave no free balls.
That's true.
They swung. Musselman beat them with the attack. There's no shame in losing like that. Where you become frustrated is with your service mistakes, dumping free balls that get hit down your throat.
Faircloth to Brenniger at the net. Marple met up by Miller. Howard off the net, off the chest of Joseph, towards the bench and out. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 2-1.
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, it's a touch of bad luck. If Joseph's back with her heels on the sideline, then she has more time to react to the ball off net, you know.
Faircloth
off
the net, gets the ace, makes it 3-1.
And that's the difference between good teams and great teams. Great teams make their own luck. I mean, can you believe that the ball just bounced like that?
And right as you say that, a service error gets the point to Martinsburg, makes it 3-2.
Sports karma.
It'll be Fennell now to serve for the Bulldogs. Fennell over to Musselman. At the net, Bishop touches it. It's a point for Musselman. 4-2 is the score now for the Applemen. We have 3 substitutes entering, 2 from Musselman, 1 from Martinsburg. It'll be Blanchard for Martinsburg, and for Musselman it'll be Chrisman as well as Hutzler, and Hutzler will serve.
Yeah, and you don't want to be, frustrated with Skylar Bishop. She was being very aggressive, going for the overpass, to try and roof it, but she ended up in the net.
Hutzler with a serve off the net. A service error by Musselman gets the point from Martinsburg. It's now 4-3, and it will be Skylar Bishop to serve as Bella Ray enters for Madison Brenniger. Skylar Bishop to Howard. Hutzler for Miller over the block. Gets the point for the Applemen, makes it 5-3. Addie Miller with the point. Pretty good match so far by her. And I feel bad because at first we thought she was somebody else, Jim.
Yeah.
She's making sure we know her name now as Howard serves it towards Bishop. Bishop, beautiful sound with that kill. And Miller with the save off the net. Marple for Ray.
It's in.
It's
That's
in.
a kill.
Point Bella Ray makes it 5-4. It'll be a serve for Martinsburg as they trail by 1. It'll be Vols to serve as she enters the match for Jadalyn Joseph. Some noise coming from Martinsburg's fan base. Hutzler for Shipley. Blanchard hits it back. Vols behind her for Marple. Sends it to Hutzler. It goes over the bench. We're tied up at 5 apiece now in set number 3. Can this be the spark that Martinsburg needs? Let's see. We wait for the ball to get back in.
and it was an off-speed type swing by Marple. Musselman slow in their defensive rotation, fails to make a pass. I don't see that as anything more than Musselman not doing what they're supposed to do versus Martinsburg pressing the action.
Vols to Faircloth. Hutzler over for Shipley to the back line at Brinegar. Vols for Avery Bishop. Off the block. Back by Bella Ray to Musselman. Hutzler for Shipley over the block. Blanchard tries to get there, can't do so. It's 6-5 now. Musselman leads.
Shipley deliberate with her placement. I didn't like that she didn't swing at the first approach, but it comes back to her and she finds the soft spot in the defense. Yukari a little bit late on the rotation to line.
And it'll be Miller to serve now for Musselman. And it's an error. We're tied back up at 6.
Yeah, 2 service errors for Musselman here in the early going of the third set.
It'll be Avery Bishop now serving for Martinsburg, trying to give them the lead. And she does. An ace for Martinsburg makes it 7-6. It'll be Avery Bishop with another serve. Howard, Faircloth, and Shipley all talking to each other on that back line of Musselman to get the communication back in there. Faircloth,
great pass.
Hutzler, Chrisman, Vols diving into Bishop, kept it alive. She lost her glasses though, has to recover. Hutzler to Chrisman. Vols can't dive there. Marple can as well. Tied back up at 7 apiece.
Vols normally wears sports glasses, not tonight for some reason, and in the contact they hit the ground. That was Martinsburg's first lead, short-lived first lead of the match, I believe.
You might be right there. I'd have to go back and look. Kurnos serving it to Fennel. Vols runs all the way from the front line to get it. Blocked from Fennel back to her. And it will be Marple over the block to Howard. Shipley tried to get it to McCoy, over hits it, so McCoy can't get there. Martinsburg retakes the lead 8-7 now in set number 3.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. McCoy was on a quick approach, and the ball was set high and outside, so a little bit of miscommunication again by Musselman.
Well, Libero, Madison Brinegar for Martinsburg with a hard serve way out of play.
And Brinegar missed their last serve. It's so frustrating for, if you're a defensive specialist, it's serve and pass, serve and pass. That's all you got to do, serve and pass.
It'll be Shipley now to serve. And that one drops, but Bishop is there. Marple into the net. Musselman retakes the lead 9-8. It'll be Shipley with the serve. The senior from Musselman at Fennel.
Great pass.
Vols sets it and lifts it. Not the first time we've seen that called on her. Frustration setting in. It's a point for Musselman to make it 10-8.
No, you set with your feet, okay? And that sounds unusual, but you have to get your feet to the spot first.
And a point.
Martinsburg leaves too soon.
There's a rotation error on Martinsburg. Makes it 11-8 now. Coach Nelson talking with the team. Looked like it might have been Fennel that left the position early to get him out of line. Shipley serves it to Bishop. It's out. Point Martinsburg. That one was very close, though. Bishop didn't run towards it like you like seeing, Jim. She was just hoping it was. Got lucky. It's 11-9. Sometimes luck's all you need, though. Marple. Serving it to Kurnos.
That could have called that one.
Behind her, and
yeah.
If you do call that one, it's a lift on Shipley. Gets the point from Martinsburg to make it 11-10.
And I'm certainly not complaining, no disrespect to the officials, but have we seen a match yet this year where hands have been called like this? No. And that's where the players need to learn the consistency. What is the right way to do it?
And an ace for Martinsburg ties things back up at 11 in set number 3.
So at the beginning of the season, I would be critical of the officials if they weren't calling it tight, knowing full well later in the season as you're preparing for the playoffs, you need to be consistent.
You're always critical of the officials. Everybody is.
Well, that could be
the life of an official.
Could be too.
Faircloth to Shipley for Howard.
Yes, again, some kind of confusion.
Yeah, I
no
don't know if
attack.
the steps were wrong or not, but Skylar Bishop, Faircloth.
Oh, my goodness. Overpass.
Chrisman, but Howard at the net with authority gives Musselman the lead right back at 12-11. Some Ric Flair woos going on the Musselman side. I know that wasn't the best, but I don't want to blow out the eardrums. Maybe afterwards when I'm not on the headset, I'll do it for you, John. And a service error ties back up at 12.
And you could just see Coach March shake his head like, what on earth? How can we do that?
Now, however, if I go Ric Flair, John, you have to go Ric Flair, okay? We have a deal. Served by Fennell.
Knuckleball.
Rainbow one over. Miller off the block. Marple to Brenniger.
Ooh, tough angle.
Avery Bishop,
it's out.
and it goes to the wrong side of the antenna. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 13-12.
Real tough angle.
There'll be Miss Isabella Hutzler back to serve for the Applemen. Hutzler serve. Line drive that goes out of play. Tied back up at 13 now.
Yeah, Musselman with back-to-back service errors.
There'll be a serve for Skylar Bishop now for Martinsburg. Trying to give the Bulldogs the lead again. And it goes off Shipley. Beautiful dive by Faircloth. But Shipley, after her first pass that wasn't the best, was out of position. So Martinsburg retakes the lead at 14-13.
Yeah, an incorrect serve receive. If she has to take a step back, it should be out.
Bishop, a low one to Howard. Set by Hutzler for Miller off the block of Ray. Marple for Joseph. It was a bit behind her. Howard to Bishop. Marple sets it over for Avery Bishop over the block to Faircloth. Musselman's Hutzler. Behind her, blocked by Martinsburg. Hutzler again to Howard. Blanchard can't get there. It's a point for Musselman, tied up at 14 now. And it will be Brenniger entering back in for Skylar Bishop on Martinsburg's side. No subs for Musselman. It'll be Howard to serve. 14-14 in set number 3. Musselman leads 2-0. Martinsburg trying just to survive right now, and they retake the lead after another service error by Musselman. It's 15-14 now. You said 3 straight?
It's 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
And what I like is Hannah Howard does not look back at Coach Martz. I would not want to look back at Coach Martz if I just missed the 3rd serve in a row.
Vols.
Great pass.
Faircloth, I believe, that made the first pass. And a point for Musselman from the hand of Caroline Shipley with the kill. We're tied up at 15. Addie Miller again serving. Miller's serve goes to Furich. Vols for Furich, who came forward past that line. And it is Chrisman with a point for Musselman. Gets them the lead at 16-15.
I think it was in anyway, but Vols with a touch.
It'll be Miller again to serve. The junior from Musselman High puts it over the net to Martinsburg, and it's hit first. Bad one. Goes directly to Sadie Wright. She just taps it down, gets the point for Musselman. 17-15, and a timeout will be called. Let's take a 30-second break as well. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Martinsburg High School. It is 17-15. Musselman leads Martinsburg in set number 3. The Applemen just need 8 more points for a victory and a clean sweep. Brenniger to Vols at Marple. It hits off the net, never went over. It's a point for Musselman, makes it 18-15 now. So the timeout at first unsuccessful for Martinsburg. It'll be Addie Miller continuing to serve for the Applemen. Miller gets the okay and serves it. Gets it to Brenniger. Vols behind her for Ray. Off the block. Miller can't get there. It's a point for Martinsburg to make it 18-16. Musselman still leads.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the match. What I said was Dunnigan was up in coverage, like sitting in the hitter's back pocket. And right there, clearly, Addie Miller was not in a good coverage position.
Avery Bishop serves it to Faircloth. Hutzler sets it, and Sadie Wright with the kill makes it 19-16.
I mean, have you seen the way Wright's been hitting? I wouldn't want to be around that. I mean, everyone for Martinsburg was just kind of laying back on their heels, ready to protect your face. And then what ends up happening is just she finds a soft spot and on a little tip.
Yep, sometimes finesse is better than power.
Absolutely.
That time it was.
Very effective.
The serve over for Martinsburg. Fennel past the block. Beautiful save by McCoy.
No talk.
And Wright. Point goes towards Martinsburg after 4 hits, makes it 19-17. It'll be Brenniger to serve for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, see, with Howard in the back row, we used to use like a punt return type call. We're calling red, white, blue, where that would have been the perfect opportunity to set the back line.
Brenniger serves it over for Kurnos. Shipley.
What was
to McCoy, it goes off the net to Marple. Fennel.
McCoy's laughing.
Fair call.
Oh, I don't like that.
Almost looked like it was more of a push by Shipley. Nonetheless, we continue action. Shipley met by Bishop at the net. They have to backtrack now. McCoy over the block of Martinsburg.
Very sloppy.
Bishop off the net. An error by Avery Bishop gives the point to Musselman to make it 20-17. It always hurts to see such a great volley end by a mistake, Jim.
Absolutely, especially when it's a 10-line attack, mishit.
Shipley back and forth, and dropping it home is Sadie Wright to make it 21-17. The final timeout will be called by Martinsburg. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 5 new providers who've joined our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center, Jefferson Medical Center, and University Healthcare Physicians. Dr. Leslie Golden, Orthopedics. Dr. Alexander Bitzer, Orthopedics. Dr. Courtney McQuillan, Obstetrics and Gynecology. Nurse Practitioner Carolyn Gable, Nephrology. And Darwin Castillo, Emergency Medicine. WVU Medicine, growing to meet the needs of our community.
Fieldhouse, Musselman up 21-17 over Martinsburg in set number 3. Brenniger hits it towards Musselman. Faircloth has to come forward. It's going to be sent over towards Martinsburg now. Fennel hits that one over and out of play into the bleachers. It's 22-17 now. Musselman 3 more points and they win set number 3 and sweep Martinsburg out of its home gym.
Yeah, Fennel just has not gotten very many opportunities to take nice swings this evening.
Shipley serves Bishop to Fennel, and Voss has to send a free ball over. Sadie Wright to Brenniger, trying to pancake it as Avery Bishop can't get there. It's 23-17 now. Shipley with another serve for the Applemen. Beautifully towards Brenniger. Vols sets it over, and a lift called on her another time this evening.
Yeah, the ball was at her chin. Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, it is. So it's now game point for Musselman. It's 24-17. Shipley for the win at Fennel. Vols can get there. Brenniger sends a free ball over to Faircloth. Shipley for who else but Howard, and it goes right back over to Musselman. McCoy for the win. The Mangler does so for Musselman, 25-17. The Applemen sweep Martinsburg at the Fieldhouse. Musselman now improves to 34-4-2, 8-0 in the EPAC. Martinsburg falls to 8-9 and 5-5 in the EPAC. Let's take a 2-minute break, and then we will be back for the post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV 10.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire? Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, equal housing lender.
When you've been in a wreck, you're hurting, you're confused, the insurance company's calling you.
Insurance companies are not your friend. They have a duty to their shareholders, not to you. That's why you need to call us to make sure that you are maximizing what you are entitled to.
We've recovered over $100 million for our clients. Every case is different, no result is guaranteed. But one thing's for sure, we'll treat you like family.
Inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Jim Klein. Our crew is Donald Kinney, Isaiah Horner, and John Alderton. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. I got it right that time, Nick. Apologize for the error earlier. Well, Musselman, the defending state champions, proved why they are as they sweep Martinsburg tonight. 3-0. First set, final of 25-16. Second one, 25-13. Third one, 25-17. So Musselman, the number one team in the state, now has 34 wins on the year, 4 losses, 2 ties, 8-0 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. As for Martinsburg, they're now 8-9 overall and 5-5 in the EPAC. So still in third, but definitely a tough one whenever you lose at home. Of course, it was to Musselman, so maybe you can get over it quickly, but always frustrating because you always want to be the team to finally knock them off, Jim.
Absolutely. A lot of muscle, no men. But what they did is they brought their game to the gym. They did what they needed to do all match, and Martinsburg just didn't have an answer. And it's a difficult situation to be in because Martinsburg actually didn't play bad. Did they make a couple service mistakes? Absolutely. But Musselman actually at one point had 3 in a row. Martinsburg, I don't recall ever seeing a 3-in-a-row service mistake through the evening. The difference is that Musselman pressed the offense throughout the match. We didn't see Fennell with a lot of big swings. Bella Ray had a decent match. She would probably be my Martinsburg player of the game because every time she slid through the front row, she picked up a kill or two that helped to equalize and slow the Musselman offense. They were outgunned tonight.
Yeah, Martinsburg definitely going to need to figure out those lifting mistakes on the serve, because if you can't get that serve, you're never going to get the offense going. As for Musselman, it was a very impressive night all around. It's always fun to see the hammer, Hannah Howard, the Mangler making her name known, the freshman Ada McCoy, and what a night it was as well for Sadie Wright. big one for her. Had numerous kill opportunities. Didn't keep track of how many, but it was a very impressive night for them. Let's take another 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to wrap things up and talk about our upcoming broadcasts for you to tune in to. So don't go anywhere. After this 2-minute break, we're right back. This is West Virginia High School Volleyball on WRNR and TV10.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
The Honda Civic and the Accord are uniquely stylish in their own way. But do you know what they have in common? Reliability and comfort? Sure. Available turbocharged engines? Of course. But also, the driver, having fun for no reason, except for the thrill of driving a Honda. Kelley Blue Book's 2021 Best Value Brand.
Miller Honda, south of Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. www.mymillerhonda.com.
Based on 2021 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit kbb.com for more information.
In whatever you do, it's good to go the extra mile. But when we go to Antwerp, Belgium to buy a diamond for you, we go the extra 7,982 miles, the distance from here to Antwerp. And when you see your new diamond, the sparkle in your eyes will tell us it was worth it to go the distance. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Dave and I are leaving soon on a diamond buying trip. And here's what going the extra 7,982 miles means for you. A more beautiful diamond than you thought possible for your money. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. We work directly with the men and women who buy and cut the diamonds. We personally inspect thousands of diamonds to pick only the best out of each parcel. And believe me, we reject hundreds of diamonds for each one we buy. Would you like to own a diamond that will blow by other diamonds in a flash? We're ready to go the extra 7,982 miles for you. See us at Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 south of 51 in Inwood.
At the Martinsburg Fieldhouse, Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Jim Klein. Musselman sweeps the evening on freshman JV and varsity volleyball action. 2-0 freshman-wise, 2-0 JV-wise, and then 3-0 varsity-wise over Martinsburg. Let's look at our upcoming broadcasts, starting with tomorrow's, the EPAC football game of the year. You don't want to miss it. It is Jefferson, the number 3 team in the state, 7-0 on the year, going up against the number 1 team in the state right here at Coburn Field for senior night. The Martinsburg Bulldogs trying to keep its 8-0 season undefeated-wise to improve to 9-0. Pregame will start at 6, kickoff at 7. It'll be Matt Miller and Spencer Dupuis on the call. It should be a fun one. You don't want to miss the pregame as well for those senior night festivities, and a special tribute that we're not allowed to talk about, but you don't want to miss that as well, Jim.
Hey, I'll be there, man. 1 versus 3. We've got a 1 versus 3 matchup next week with Musselman and Hedgesville on Tuesday. You got to be tuning in.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves there.
But you
we'll
can't.
Talk a bit about that one.
You got to tune into TV10 is the point.
That is the point. But let's first talk about Saturday's broadcast, because I know you will be having a lot of fun because it's homecoming for Shepherd football as they take on the Westchester Golden Rams. It'll be a kickoff set for noon. Pregame on TV10 will be at 11:30. And if you're hungry, you can always go get some food from Jim Klein. He said he's going to be starting cooking-wise at, 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah, man. KBK Tailgating will be right at the base of Butcher. Swing by and say hi to the TV10 crew. I'm trying to get NV, Nick Verzolini, and Colin and Spencer Dupuis to swing by. But those guys they have such a work ethic that they don't want to take a break to walk over to West Canton campus, so it's one of those things, man. You know, got to come over.
We got to talk to our boss about that one, Mike.
Yeah, we got to set the cameras over there. Let's get John Arden or Donald Kenny to come over.
It out.
Yeah.
So then Tuesday, the one that you already mentioned, our broadcast will be Hedgesville at Musselman. That should always be a fun one in the EPAC. We missed it last time broadcast-wise. We're not going to miss it this time. Last time it went 5 sets, hoping for another instant classic between those two EPAC rivals. And we saw Hedgesville knock off Musselman last year, but they have yet to do so this year, Jim.
Yeah, it's going to be a good match at Musselman. Hedgesville's played very well on the road this year, so, you know, anything can happen, and definitely going to be a thriller.
And the final one next week that we're going to mention tonight will be a special one for you. It's going to be Smithsburg taking on Musselman, and the reason that's a special one for you is you get to see the old team that you used to coach there for Smithsburg taking on the best the state of West Virginia has to offer.
Yeah, I've since 1998, I've been carrying this Atlanta 1996 Olympics folder that I was given at the state finals in 1998. A senior by the name of Rachel Bachtel, who had started for me in 95, 96, and 97. Rachel Bachtel was a senior on that team with Carrie Brennan. Carrie Brennan went on to the University of Maryland, became the all-time kills leader. Rachel has been the coach at Smithsburg for the last, I think it's like 13 years with 10 state titles. I actually wrote her Washington County Sports Hall of Fame recommendation, so it's an opportunity for me to see an old player, a player who was a 4-year starter for me now, as she's running the bench. She's starting for a freshman, but Smithsburg has a winning tradition like that of a Musselman. So even if this is a rebuilding year for Smithsburg, they're going to compete. They've got a lot of talent, young talent. It should be a good match, a fun week next week, starting tomorrow here in EPAC action.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for us from the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. For Nick Verzolini, John Alderton, Isaiah Horner, Donald Kinney, and Jim Klein, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. The final in 3 sets varsity-wise, Musselman picks up the win over Martinsburg, and JV-wise, Musselman wins 2-0 over Martinsburg. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow for high school football, but until then, have a good night, everyone.
That concludes our coverage of West Virginia high school volleyball featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Tonight's coverage was brought to you by WVU Medicine East, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center, Hagerstown Ford, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Parsons Ford, Panhandle Dumpsters, and Smallwood and Small Insurance. Keep it tuned to TV 10 for all your local high school sports coverage from around the Eastern Panhandle. All rights reserved.